once again, it's on.
How's it going, Hawk?
One question. What do you mean? The camera or the weapon?
Well, firstly, I said hello. How are you?
Well,
Salutations.
that's besides the point. Under the topic, what do you mean
Hey,
is there a
hey,
camera
hey,
or
Hawk. We can have a really cool conversation, man. I'd love to do it, but we're going to be cordial
Right.
or not.
What do you mean? I'm trying to be cordial. I'm doing
Well, I
fine.
started off by just saying hello. I just started off by saying hello.
Yeah,
How
but
art
I said
thou?
hi.
No, you said besides that or something. You kind of just busted aside. I'm just trying to say hello before we start the conversation. I don't know.
Okay, I ever started the conversation. It happens.
Okay,
Hi.
so what's your question, man?
But are we talking about, like, what is it? Is there a camera or is there a weapon? What does that procreate as conversation?
What's the question again? I'm sorry.
Is there, you're live, is there a camera or a weapon?
No, the question is the camera a weapon?
Oh, I wrote that wrong. Fuck no?
It's okay. You said no?
Well, no. The camera is a, oh, well, no. Oh, fuck, it could be.
Does it if you know
A
that there's a
camera
camera
is
in a
a
room?
protection thing, and a weapon is a protection thing, so, I mean, they could be put into the same thing, but depending how it's used, a camera is not bad. It's just protection.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I think you also kind of said it depending on how it's used. That makes a bit of a statement. Let me go to Niall really quick. Niall, what's happening, man?
Hey, peace, bro. How you doing?
How's it going? I'm well, man. How are you?
Good, pretty good.
Good, good, man. So what do you think about this, man? Is the camera a weapon?
I think the way that it's being used um, today, yes, it's like a weapon, like a drug.
Huh.
Where people are, they perform once the camera's
Oh,
on, and
oh
so it
no.
kind of undermines uh, authentic expression.
Oh. So
Where
you telling me if I know a camera's in the room, I may not be my authentic self.
Well, I don't know about in the room, but I know that as it relates to online, this thing where people post themselves and they portray an image to get to foster connections and likes and generate funds and all that stuff. And then once the camera go off, or we hear stories about their lives in real life, that it's usually way different than what is projected, what is depicted. The cameras that if I walk into a store and there are cameras in there, I mean, in this information age, we know that we're being
Okay,
surveilled.
hold on. You
Wait,
forget.
wait, wait, wait.
Uh,
Hey, bro, do me a
no,
favor. Do me a favor.
do
Don't
me a
don't inter-
favor.
don't
Not
don't
do it.
interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. All right.
Do it.
I don't know who you is, and I'm not even interested in your. Yeah. Thank you. So when you walk into a store, everybody knows that the cameras that are in there, that we live in a surveillance system, and that it's taking biometrics, face recognition, storing them, so forth and so on. So in that way, it's been being used as a weapon of control, and we seem to be complicit with it as a society because there's no um, mass outcry to change that. But
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. No, good stuff, man. Way to start us off. Let me go to Pickens. Pickens, what's happening,
What's up? What's up? I would say yes and no.
man? Okay, let's hear it.
I would say yes because it could be used to blackmail people in certain situations if they're not being their authentic self, or no, if you're just chilling and you just like being yourself. It doesn't really matter what they got. So
Okay, got it. Clopton, Sir Clopton,
Yeah, what's up, brother?
what's happening, man? Is the
Yeah,
camera a weapon, sir?
no, I'm gonna say no. It's been a blessing for us Black Americans. The camera's been
Talk a little
saving.
bit about that.
It's been saving lives for us. You know,
Huh.
for all the stuff we done been through and all the. It's like a lot of bad cops out here. You know, it's a lot
Yeah, no, I
going
hear you.
on. So without cameras, when cameras came out, it was a blessing for us because now when we getting done wrong, it's getting caught on camera. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah, no. You make a great point. You make a solid point. Can't push back against that.
Especially
Well,
especially in the Black community, man.
All right. Well, may I disagree a little bit? I don't think there is a lot of bad cops out there.
It is,
okay.
and it's
Well,
all
I
getting
mean,
caught on
statistically, it just doesn't happen as much as like people say it does. Like people say, "Oh, I'm in fear every time I see a cop." Right? Well, cop unaliving black people, people of color. That is quite literally 3% of the
They
cop
not just
unalivings.
unaliving. They not just unaliving black people. They unaliving YT people, Chinese
What I'm
people. We're
saying
not
here
talking
is
about black people. We talking about all race of people.
what I'm saying is they only make up 3%, though. What I'm saying there, SR, is they make up 3%. In actuality, cops aren't unaliving people like that. I'm sorry, right? And if people would stop being violent towards cops, maybe you wouldn't be unalive. Cough,
Well,
cough,
it
cough.
ain't just
Son the
about
graves.
cops. We have burglars. It's all type of weird stuff that's going on that's getting caught on camera.
Well,
And
what I'm saying here is, right?
we didn't have these cameras, we
The
wouldn't
problem
have
I have
proof.
with cameras is cameras are like, let's be honest here. You have a camera right now, your phone, right? Now, every time you see something going on, what do you see someone doing? They got that camera, right? They they out there robbing stores, camera posting it,
But guess
right?
what?
They're posting stuff.
Guess
They're
what?
posting.
You know what they doing? They getting once you catch a case and you ask for your case information, they send you the video of your crime. So they using the camera to benefit off their crime. It's all business. They're making money. So how's that a weapon when you can generate wealth from a camera?
That's what I'm saying here is, right? I'm not saying it's a weapon. I'm saying it's an accessory, right? It's an accessory that people use to commit crimes most of the time, right?
No, it's not.
For example, right?
No,
80% of all
it's
child
somebody.
pedos convicted last year were
Listen.
online criminals.
It's always somebody in the background that's innocent with the camera
No, they're
recording.
not.
Yes, they recording. The person that have the camera is not the one committing the crime. They always the one recording.
They're helping them commit the crime usually. All right, for
No, they
example, right?
not.
Look
They
at those
telling on them.
Hold on
Think
now.
about
Look at those. Look at those January 14th.
if
Right?
somebody
Look at
record,
those.
hold on, listen. If somebody somebody record a crime scene and post it on the internet, what did they just do?
Commit a crime, right? Actively.
They just told on them.
No, like
Because once they hit
90%, 90 to like,
police,
I'm be honest, there, like 90% of them are helping them commit crimes. They are, right?
Listen. Everybody going down when the video hit the internet. The
No,
person
they're
behind the
not.
camera.
But self
Yes,
snitching is
they
kind of true.
is,
It's kind of
bro.
real though too. Not gonna
It's
lie.
private investigation. You don't think the police is all over the internet? How you think everybody been catching their case? How you
June
think they being beat
14th,
murderers?
July 14th also.
TikTok is
June
the
14th and
feds, bro.
July 14th. Look at what happened. Both of those were incidents where riots happened. For example, here in Texas, right?
You talking
The
about rise, bro?
we had to deal with, hold on now, here in Texas, we had to deal with those Black Lives Matter protesters ramming through our streets, right? You do realize that they were recording themselves destroying businesses and whatnot, like,
So what
and
they
then
do?
disguising it as a
So
protest.
they told on themselves. That's all they did.
No, they
Yes,
didn't.
they did.
Zero
Yes,
of
they
them
did.
have been convicted. None of them have been convicted.
Listen, because they don't want them convicted. Because if you got a phone, all they gotta do is use the tower.
None
If you
of them have been convicted.
recording, you got all they gotta do is use the tower and trace the phone back to the
Well,
person
why aren't they
recording.
tracing them then? No one
I
has
don't
been
know.
convicted.
I don't know
You get where I'm, SR, which you're not
listen.
understanding what I'm saying
Listen,
here
you
is
talking about
cameras
black
create a
people
way
though,
for
bro.
people to hide, right? They create a way for people to hide behind them and say, oh, well, I'm not committing a crime. I'm just recording, right? No, you're actively helping them. For example, when every video you will see of that July 14th
Do y'all
one,
feel like it's a problem because black people got a camera? Because it ain't been no problem with white T people having cameras. That's what I'm trying to
black
figure.
people are the main ones riding. That Black Lives Matter. Who do you think it was?
No,
It
they
was
No,
not.
blacks.
you're
No,
going
they not.
And I
White T
myself
people
am
one
a
are
bad
black
riding.
direction.
person, and I say
No,
that.
they not, bro.
As a black person,
Motherfucker
them
slap
Black
the
Lives
shit out
Matter
of you.
people were
No.
black. Show me a
Nah,
video where
fuck
there's
nah.
more white people there than
And
black
if we
people in a
is, we
Black
doing
Lives
it.
Matter
And if we
protest.
is, we doing it. Y'all stole our identity. We want our shit
No,
back. So we is riding. We gonna keep riding till we get our shit back.
riots are because you're
Till y'all
violent
get the fuck
people.
on.
You're violent people. Let's be honest with
Yo, the
yourself.
fuck
This is why
is,
you're
because y'all
15.
violent people. So we violent.
No, I'm telling you now.
Damn right
You
we
keep
violent.
that up. Let's see what happened. Because the way I see it, 13 of y'all were
I'll beat the
unalived,
Billy
and I'm
Hill out your
proud of
ass,
it.
boy.
Right?
You got the
Here
right
in Texas,
one.
you do realize 13 of them Black
Fuck
Lives Matter
Texas, bro.
protesters were
Y'all not,
unalived,
you not even
and I
from
support
Texas.
that. This
No,
is
he's
what we
trolling.
need.
He's definitely trolling.
No, like he's actively he's actively
I'm from St.
confessing to
Louis.
being
I'm from
violent.
St.
He's
Louis.
actively confessing to being violent. Like how?
Louis, bro.
How
We
am
ain't
I
trying
the
to hear
one
that shit.
trolling here? And he's actively saying
Okay, guys.
he
Okay,
enjoys
guys.
being violent.
Hold on a
We ain't
second.
paying
Hold
some
on a
racist
second.
ass shit.
One second, guys. Let's kind of get back to the topic. Let me go to Zodiac Spear. Zodiac, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
How's it going, man? So, what are you thinking, man? You've been listening in. Is the camera a weapon? What are your thoughts?
Well, it doesn't shoot anything, so I think it's just information that's being captured frame by frame.
Indeed. But is it also just like a hammer can be used to obviously put a nail in the wall or to unalive someone, right? Is the camera similar in that way? Meaning, sure, we're catching frames, and if it's a motion picture camera, you're catching 24 frames or 60 frames per second. But are we trading something for it? Is it also something that could be used to possibly surveil you if you're trying to have a private moment? Like, talk about that. Talk about both sides of it.
Both sides. So when a police officer was conducting an investigation, we had a young gentleman having the camera portrait towards him and the police officer, and the officer behind him was saying, "Put the phone down," with guns drawn or the pew drawn, and his narrative was to discontinue the recording for his own personal gain, and that's incorrect because everything should be recorded within every like surveillance or vehicle stop or crime related incident or altercation.
Are you saying the
Hold on,
Deshaun
Camille.
Gray case?
Hold on. Let me speak because I haven't said anything. I absolutely think the camera is a weapon. You know, you have people with hidden cameras, placing hidden cameras in places, secretly recording people without their permission. Yeah, it's your constitutional right, but it's just annoying people see the camera, they act differently. You know, they want to get a viral moment to go popular. They're doing ignorant things on camera now. Sure, there's good, but there's also bad. So I mean, I definitely think the camera has been, you know, it's poisoned people's minds. You know, they get
God,
on apps and
man.
they get on. Hold on, I didn't interrupt
My
y'all.
bad,
They get
my
on
bad, my bad.
apps. They get on apps and act a fool on the camera, like I said, doing stupid shit just to go viral. So I think the camera's actually done more bad than good. So I'm gonna have to say it is a weapon.
Good take. Whitetoid,
Yes, sir.
bring the noise.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have some thoughts. You know, the Indians, the Native Americans, they thought that if they had their photo taken, that it stole their soul.
Whitetoid. Way to start off. Keep going.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I have to transition into like a couple of things that are really bothering me a lot lately. They have to do with cameras and cameras specifically used as weapons. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about the Epstein files, whatever those are. I think people clearly have the, you know, I have the impression, I don't have any evidence, and I don't know, but I have a very good gut instinct that whatever was going on was being recorded, and that some of those recordings have been used for nefarious purposes to subvert the interests of the American people, all the American people. I don't give a shit about the government people or these rich assholes or the criminals. I'm talking about the people. These things have been used to sway the public interest in directions that do not benefit any of us. So in that sense, the camera can certainly be used as a weapon. The second item I'd like to discuss is what I'm seeing on my fucking Twitter feed. Guys, I think that the internet is making people more racist, because I see on my Twitter feed an insane amount of like basically hyper racist threads being made, primarily about black women tearing up fast food establishments.
That's what they're doing.
Airport. What the fuck, Kamala?
That's what they're doing.
What the fuck? Can I please finish? Like, they're tearing up airports and these cruise ships and even airplanes, and it makes that community look really bad. And I think that that impression is seeping out into the public consciousness, and it's contributing to the racism.
That's not racism. If that's what they're doing, that's what they're doing. Like, I've been in those establishments. Why they do that? That's not racism to record them doing that.
If you're making black people look bad, that's racist.
Then why are they being bad? Why are they doing that then?
Whitetoid, I'm going to say something controversial. I'm going to say something controversial. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, Clopton. 1 second, Clop. I'm going to say something controversial, Whitetoid. Number one, on this one point, I have to agree with Kamala. Number two, the point is, if it's you and it's what you're doing, I can't make you look bad for what you're doing. I can't make, listen, Whitetoid, whatever you say out of your mouth, I'm going to take you for that, right? I'm going to have a memory recording of it in my mind's eye. And if ever I encounter you again in the universe, I'll know a little bit more about you. You can't blame me for that. It's what you gave me. So to Kamala's point, in that instance, no, the camera is just showing it what it is. It just is what it is, somebody once said.
Frame by frame.
No, but it's an opinion. It's making people racist against black people.
You know what it should do? It should make people see a spectrum of humanity. It should make people see that there's all kinds of humans, whether they're brown or whether they're orange. There's just all kinds. And that's a fact. Some of us are closer to the animal kingdom at times, the rest of the animal kingdom, I should say. And some of us are closer to the stars at times, right? And some of us oscillate.
Fuck, you're not allowed to talk like that.
It's not.
Say that again.
Supposed to talk like
it's not out of context.
You shouldn't even be thinking like that. Much as saying it.
What are you talking about, man?
He's saying it's captured frame by frame. It's not.
Talking about is if something is making people anti-black racists, then it's racist and bad.
I'm a black person and I'm anti-black. Sure, hold on.
I'm not black. I'm melanated, right? Whitetoid, you can make out of that what you like. I'm melanated. I don't call myself black because I got a little education about that word, right? But what you say has a ring of truth at the end of the day. Like I should say, Kamala, if you are on camera acting a fool, that's you on camera
Yes.
acting a fool. I didn't make you do it. No one else made you do it. I don't know that you need to kind of look at an entire ethnicity as such, but if you get certain numbers, yeah. If you see a certain amount of videos with the same looking people, you're going to start making assumptions about things. And I
Well,
mean,
why
what can
aren't
I
they
say about that?
posting? Why aren't they posting about white people to make
Because
them
white
look
people
bad?
don't do
Well,
it.
Or
If
but
they
brown
do,
They
it's
people?
called
listen,
don't,
and,
Karen.
and
They
white
don't
people's
know what a
and quote
Karen is.
unquote white people's decadent defense. I see, a good amount of white decadence, but I see a good amount of quote unquote black decadence. Of course, and I'll land right here. Of course, white and black being constructs. I land.
All right, so I will say this, right? I don't like I don't like the current George F. definition of race because it's a social construct, right? When you don't look at phenotypes, it's not an actual scientific fact that race can be proven, right? Because when you're using his version of race, it's just a social construct, right? So I understand where you're coming from when you say you're melanated. The reason why I say I'm black, but I'll also say I'm white, and because like my family, right? They're mixed. So at the end of the day, I get where you're coming from with that one. But what I will say is this, right? When it doesn't matter who's on camera, right? If you do it and it gets recorded, forget what race is looking bad. Why are you doing this, right? And to you in the
We forget
comments is
about what
saying they
race is
want the
looking
black
bad.
man
Everyone
in
knows it's
jail.
just the
Why
black
is it
race
the
that's being
black
made to
man
look bad.
keeps? They're being made to look bad because they are bad. Like no,
That's an
No, we're not all
outrageous
bad.
slander.
no. When I say they are bad, I'm saying the people who are being recorded, they are bad, right? Their
Yeah, but
race
it's
just so
making
happens to
all
match.
people become
Humans
anti-black
recognize
racist.
patterns, right? And
But
so when you look on
purpose
that
is being
screen, you're
recorded.
recognizing a
Patterns,
pattern that should tell you
a
something about that
pattern.
community. I'm just saying. That should
Oh my
tell you
God!
something about that community when you're looking on your screen and you see
Motherfucker beat the
5
hillbilly out
videos.
your ass, boy.
You
You
said
chill out.
what?
You need
What
to
the
watch
hell
what
did
you
you
say
just say
See,
to
around
this
me,
is
these
what I'm
bro?
talking about. This is exactly what I'm
I'm not
talking
even
about.
You
swayed by
see
what
that?
you
We
said.
didn't
Now
It's
know.
just
hold on.
best to
That
take the
directly
No,
proves.
small,
Look at him being
Kamala, if
JJ
you
violent.
saying,
didn't
just
know
small
that black
things.
people were tearing up fast food restaurants, you wouldn't be dumping on black people. And then Senior down here would not have been threatening you for dumping on black people.
No, he just
No, if we
showed the
pretend that
prime
there's no
example of what I'm
problem, then there
talking
won't be
about.
a problem.
He's actively being violent. He doesn't know I'm from Texas. I will politely unalive him, right? But he doesn't know that, right? But
Now,
he's
look,
actively
Kamala,
being
if
violent.
we pretend that there is no problem, then the
Hey,
problem
This is the
what
black
city
exists.
you
community.
in?
SR
What
just
city you
directly
in?
proves my point. That's the black community.
What city you in?
Don't do that.
I am in
That's
Austin,
not good.
Texas. 48
Yeah, hold on.
Dorset Road. You
Hey,
come on down.
Okay, fellas,
Camilla, hold on.
let's get back to a highly intellectual conversation about this state tool called the camera. Let's get back into talking about this thing. So let me go to Kaiser. Kaiser,
I
Yes,
wanted to say a
Kessler.
pinpoint.
one second, guys. Let the lady speak. Kaiser, you there?
Kessler. Yeah, I'm here.
Kasser, I'm sorry. How art thou?
No worries.
How are you?
I am doing well.
Okay. All right. So, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the camera, the paradigm that we live in? Is the camera a weapon in our day and time?
I think it is. I think it can be used as a weapon. And all it does is it eliminates the question. Everybody always has an opinion about what happened, but the camera provides the truth of what happened. There's no biases, there's no nothing. It's just literally what happened. And so everybody can draw their conclusions from what they see, and they can argue their points, but the camera is non-biased a lot of the time. I think that it was also a weapon. I started to think when I saw the prompt, I thought about when I was younger and I was going to all of these rallies. And one of the things that we used to speak about in these rallies is the fact that these things aren't televised. We thought that the reason why the brown and black community couldn't unify was because the pain wasn't televised. We felt like nobody knew about the severe injustice that we were experiencing.
Right.
We now have the opportunity and the pleasure, actually, of having handheld cameras, and we can televise all of our pain, but it just stays there now. I feel like it is a weapon to be used, but we take it for granted. We don't really understand why and how we should be using it. It's just something that is
That's an
given to
interesting
us by
point.
the man now. It's given to us by the man now, and we kind of like, we don't appreciate it. We don't understand what it really is supposed to be doing for us, and so it's just being misused. It's not really used for much of anything right now. But I think that
Yeah.
when we realize what power we have in documenting our own everything, I think that the camera will be used as we need it, which is better than what it was intended for, I guess.
I like it. Well said. Okay. Let me see if anyone else. Okay, so we're all in. We're all in. So Will, man, does the camera steal something from you, Will? Like does the camera take something away or add something that wasn't necessarily there? And I'm talking about necessarily maybe emotionally or spiritually. Like when you know that there's a camera in the room, Will, do you change how you would react if you know that there's a camera live?
Yeah, I'm gonna just speak for myself because I know other people might not, but when the camera does it, I definitely move a certain way because I know if a public image gets out of me doing a certain thing, it could be perceived as bad. So when I see a
Mm,
camera, I typically try to be on my quote unquote best behavior. If I'm out, I don't
mm,
want anyone to catch me on camera out here acting a fool because that one clip could ruin my life. So, like I said, I think a camera, it's a weapon because it takes away a sense of your privacy, like your authenticity. You almost can't be yourself in
mm,
camera. People are this cancel culture, they're scared to voice their opinion on camera about certain communities, when in reality they don't really give a damn. So behind closed doors, their real personality will come out. But when you put that camera in their face, they know there are certain things you can't say because you can get canceled, you can get fired from your job. There's consequences
mm.
behind things you can't
Right
say in front
there,
of a camera.
Will. Right there on that point, Will. Check this out. Now, in this moment, the very moment we speak, we would estimate that maybe a third of the world is covered with cameras, right? I wouldn't say the entire world, but we say maybe a third of the world is covered with cameras. Would that be a good estimation?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would say
that's
that's
a good
fair.
estimation. I agree with that.
Okay. And so you have that anxiety now when only a third of the world is covered, right? There might be still some moments of privacy, your bathroom, your bedroom, even though some of us take the phones inside of the bathroom and the bedroom. And so that means that there's a camera in those spaces too. But dig it. What happens? My question to you, based on what you just said, what happens the day that the entire planet is covered with cameras, and that
Oh,
our bodies, we have wearables? The term has already been set about 15 years ago. Wearables. What's a wearable? Some type of camera and or AI device that's attached to you. So what happens to your anxiety on that day when the
Can
entire
I
yeah,
planet's
answer?
covered?
I would like to answer,
that
please. I would love
that's
to answer
definitely
this one.
gonna heighten personally my anxiety. And I've read that that's what they want to do. Recording and streaming my entire life 24/7 to me, it's almost like, damn, I'd rather just unalive myself. There's things that I don't want people to see that I'm doing. Like, what the hell? It's a violation of my
Unalive
privacy,
yourself.
which is our,
Unalive your
already,
enemies.
hold on real quick. Our government already violates our privacy now. They can tap into your phones. If you got a cell phone, they're being tracked 24/7 already. So people who say,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not going to get a chip. I mean, congratulations, you're an idiot. You're already being tracked anyway by our government. So
Not
just a
only track, you're
violation
being
of
surveillance.
Well,
The
just
well,
camera
I don't
is.
just a
view that as a
violation of privacy rights in general. You know, over here in the U.S., the government is shitty anyway, so it
Well, I
kind of
mean,
doesn't
what
matter.
privacy rights are
There
being
there are
violated?
some applications that you subscribe to and you're not aware of, and the camera's still on at this moment as you're speaking. Even the CIA is tapping to these TikToks and they're just laughing in the background. And that field of anxiety that you're getting is because something is watching you through that
That's not
lens.
how the internet,
No,
nor that's
no,
not how
no.
the camera
Let me slow
works.
that out.
That's
No,
not
it's
true,
happening as
right?
we're
So
doing this live,
the way
live.
that works would be through server device connection, right? So the CIA can't just hop up on your camera if they wanted to. That's not how it works, right? You
They
understand
can.
what phone tabbing is? That's how the U.S. tracks everything. Tabbing simply your phone puts out a signal that connects to cell towers to get reception, right? That's how it works. And the tower sends out the reception, right? And you get internet and things like that. The way that the police would get into your phone would be to send out their own signal to the cell tower and then track your phone. That's how they track it. Then they tab your device to get access to the camera. That's how that works, right? They're not just
No, all you need is
watching you
latency. All you need is latency.
when you're
A
like
little bit
in
of
the
electricity.
shower with your phone looking at you. They're not doing that, right? That's just not true. That can't even happen. Right? Unless you have like no firewall up on your phone at all, like you jailbroke your phone and just remove the firewall, that is impossible.
Okay. Infinite Mind, my dude.
What's going on?
Bro, man, do you know this dude? I meant to write his name down. I just remember his last name. Melanated dude on TikTok. His last name is Scott. Very astute. You know what I'm talking about?
I might.
Something Scott. His like it, and he basically gives these monologues on his little videos, but they're amazing. Like I'm talking about just heady monologues about society and or whatever the case may be, but it's always heady stuff. Anyway, the point is, I thought you might have known him just because you're a heady kind of cat. Today's topic is something that he was expounding about in a video of his, and he was speaking about the camera being a tool of the state, it being a soul snatcher, the camera being an alter. It's like we are the wave particles in the double slit experiment when it comes to this dimension and the camera. So talk a little bit about what you think in terms of, is the camera a weapon or not?
Okay, cool. So here's my take on that is that I suppose that it could be seen that way, right? But my take on it, the camera, the presence of the camera in our modern day paradigm is right. So we know that in certain circumstances, the camera it can serve to save somebody from something, right? Or in certain other situations, it can incriminate somebody, right? So it depends on the situation or the scenario, right, where it can be used, and how it can be used, right? But here's ultimately the way that I perceive the presence of the camera. We have this ever-present camera situation in our time right now. We have where everybody either has a personal camera on them, or there's a camera on the side of a building, it's mounted on a pole or somewhere. There's this eye on you at all times, this mechanical eye on you at all times. But here's the thing: is that because I heard the question asked about how someone should govern themselves, or how do they govern themselves when they know that there's a camera on them, right? My take on that is that even before the advent of these cameras that we have around us, these physical cameras, even before that, I think you got to remember that this technological world and this cyberspace stuff is really a replica. It's a replica of the natural world.
Bong of the
So
natural world.
you
Boy,
see what I'm
you are
saying?
a smart cookie, man. I tell you, go on, Infinite.
So in regards to how we govern ourselves in the presence of that, right, is that it shouldn't really change, because if you're operating in your authenticity at all times, it
Oh
shouldn't be a concern.
no.
So
Oh no.
so
So wait. Are you saying that don't forget your dissertation, but are you
uh-huh.
saying that if you are living righteously, that you wouldn't have to worry about the camera or anybody's gaze? Like the natural gaze is the first camera, is what you're saying. And it's
That's
if you were living naturally and righteously, you wouldn't have to worry about my gaze, is what you're saying, Infinite Mind?
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh.
In addition to that, remember there has always been, even before these cameras, there was always a universal eye on everything. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm,
because there's nothing, and when I say the universe being within you, right? Because
mm,
you're the one
mm.
that you can never run from. You can never hide from
Wow.
you. You know what I'm saying? You can never really lie to
Wherever
your
you go,
authentic
there
self.
you are.
Exactly. So there was always a form of a camera on us. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. So I feel like if you operate from that standpoint, then it shouldn't the mechanical camera shouldn't matter.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can kind of agree with you there, right? But I will say this: people who hide from cameras, right? They're hiding because they know they got something going on. I'm just saying,
Interesting.
like, there should be no fear of you wearing a camera in public. Like me personally, right? I wear a flat cam in public. I keep it on me just in case if I need to unalive somebody. I want there to be a camera there. And like at the end of the day, everyone should do that, right? Especially if you're going to have a equal rights giver on your side, right? You might want to invest in wearing some kind of camera up on you, right? Because I mean, hey, if you got to use it, and there ain't no witnesses there, I mean, it's he say she say at that point, right? So like
But remember, a camera, as I was hinting to, these cameras, all they do is replicate awareness. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They're just replicating awareness. But that, like I said, the awareness was already there. You see what I'm saying? But the use of these cameras, all it does is just kind of highlighting the fact that it's putting a different type of awareness. It's an artificial eye on everything, but there was already an eye on everything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I kind of agree with what you're saying. But like, in my opinion, right, we should make it where if you're gonna carry an equal rights giver, you need to have a camera on you. Right, that's all I was saying, right? Because like, without the camera, it's he say she say at that point.
Oh yeah,
An
I agree.
equal rights giver.
Yeah.
let me go to King and I really quick, you guys. King and I, you there?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hold up. This says King I and I.
Yeah,
Bong. That's a different. King and I is different from King I and I. King I and I
yeah,
is a
King I
whole
and I is
different
mine.
realm of understanding. Oh yes. How's it going, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, man. You already know what's going on.
Indeed. We're just talking about this technology that's come into humanity's existence or recent existence, uh, and how it's affected the community up or down. So, what are your thoughts, man? Is the camera a weapon?
For sure, man. We being watched right now. You know what I mean? Like surveillance is everywhere. We in a digital world right now. You know what I mean? So niggas, excuse my language, but people, they really snooping on us, man. They really gathering information. You know what I mean? They got biometrics, all type of information on us that we don't even know about. Stuff like when we signing off on TNCs, different like legal service, different things like that. When we doing our
Uh,
phone contracts, when we buying PlayStations or different gadgets or whatever, we don't be reading that stuff. We
uh.
don't even know what's inside them files, man. They got all type of stuff on us, and that's a fact.
Yeah. Listen, all right. So, first of all, you said something. You said, "Excuse my language." Um, when you get off of this live, go and check out this word. It's Negus. You know what that word is? Negus.
Explain it to me.
But you heard that before? Negus. Negus. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So look, when we get off of this, just go Google it. Negus means king or emperor or god. That's who we are, and that's where that word nigga comes from. So you ain't got to apologize over here about using that word, especially not once you got the understanding of where it actually derives. Anyway, back to the topic.
Yeah, no, that's love,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, no, I don't have anything to go against what you said, man. Let me ask you this though, I, is the camera somewhat of a prison for vanity? Like, are we imprisoned by the camera? Does our vanity imprison us through the camera?
You know what? That's a really interesting question. I'll be honest. I ain't even got an answer for you right now. I got to think on
No, you
that,
all
but I ain't
good.
gonna lie, man. That's a real good
No, you all
question.
good. You all good. No, Infinite. Talk a little bit. I'm sorry, actually, before I go back to you, Infinite. Will,
Yes.
what's your thoughts, man? Like, men or women. This ain't, I mean, don't get me wrong. The women are vain. I mean, that's just kind of a
Yeah,
natural thing. It's
I,
okay.
I
But
think the
men
camera
and
has them.
women, yeah, go on.
I think it's imprisoned us just on a bigger scale. You know, it's like when I go down to Florida, I'm from Michigan. You know, our speed limit is 80. Their speed limit is like I forgot, like 70. But I'm down there speeding. They got cameras up on the damn red lights. They got pictures of your license plate. You know, and I get it because I think what is it? Carmela was saying this earlier. You know, if you're a bad person, you're going to be a bad person whether there's a camera there or not. But now that I know that there's a camera, and this is what I'm saying, when there's a camera, I have to act a certain way because normally I would just speed. But now there's a camera, I'm not going to speed because now, oh, they can catch me. Versus before, you have to
Yeah,
physically see me in your car on a radar to do it.
yeah.
So these cameras are micromanaging us now, and these cameras are everywhere, you know?
Micromanaging. So we all carrying around little micromanagers. We're paying for someone or something to manage us. If the phone is a camera, which it is, it's not only a camera, it's a video camera. You can make yourself a proper movie if you knew what you were doing. But if the phone is a camera, which it is, we are paying for our micromanagement. We're paying for a level of anxiety, daily, moment by moment anxiety, because we might need to take the pic or the pic might be taken of us. Is that what you're saying, Will? Or am I just like
Yeah,
stretching what you're saying now? Am I bugging?
we're addicted. Well, at least I'm addicted to it. Yeah, I'm addicted to the cameras.
Oh, damn. Oh,
You're not
damn.
lying,
Well, you know
fam. You're
what? I
not
respect
lying.
your honesty. No, Pickens, I respect his honesty. Like, he's really putting it out there because it's like, when's the last time any of us went 48 hours without the phone 10 feet away?
I have to do it for work.
Everybody else is silence of the lambs, including me.
It's facts. The person that just spoke right now, that's what I'm saying. They from a different part. You know what I mean? You sound like you from down south. And I know they do it different over there. You know what I mean? I'm from the
Yeah.
West Coast. And, that's more, more urban life, more, up to date, phones and everything. So it's a bit different, I feel like. So I see the discrepancy, but I respect it though.
Understandable. Well, you see, like, I'm gonna say it like this: the ruler of an area you get into, the less technology is there, right? So
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
true.
if someone grows up in
Facts.
a rural area, right, I would say they have the more easier time giving up technology. But if you
Well,
grew up in
let me add this though, Kamala, because
Yeah.
although there's a bit of truth to what you're saying, the point is the very coming tomorrow, the very coming afternoon is that there won't be any necessary rural areas in that way that we think now. The technology, I think, from what I'm seeing, will cover the planet eventually. Whether you think the planet is flat or a sphere, it's going to cover the complete surface, rural or not. You know,
Host, can I
or do
say
you
something
not
on
think
that
that
real
that'll
quick?
happen? Go ahead, King.
Yeah, but no, I agree with what you're saying for sure, like 100%. I want to say they got technology on the most most sacred part on this planet. Do you know where that is?
You can tell me that there's a few
The
going.
part that ain't nobody got no access to.
You talking about Antarctica?
Exactly. What's that
Well,
filled
I
with?
mean, we have
Surveillance. Same way.
access to Antarctica.
Well, we got access to it, but not to the public. That's not for the
Yeah.
public eye, not one bit.
Well, yes, you can. So you can pay the $8,000 to
No,
go on
but
the tour
yeah,
there.
you can pay the money, but you free roaming or you going through a set path that they setting for you.
Well, I mean, it's a set stay there, so you will be going between 4 homesteads that have been
No, but you missing the
developed
point I'm
upon them.
saying. They bouncing you around. You ain't
You can
ain't got
roam
the
around those
opportunity.
homesteads. They're like, I think they're 900 feet by 900. You can roam around those as much as you want. It's
That's what I'm
just,
saying. You're saying in
and
the
you have the
specific
free
parts though,
agency.
bro.
You
Well,
have the free
technically, you
agency to go past that, though.
explore all of Antarctica.
That's
you
the
Well,
go
I
whole
mean,
beyond,
point
if
of
you
what I'm
wanted to,
saying.
you
can you go
technically
beyond
Oh,
could.
what
brother.
they say you can? Of course. However, even if you went beyond what they said you could go, you still couldn't explore the entire continent because it's still under ice. If it was de-iced, I would say yes, we could probably bypass them and circumnavigate the entire land, but it's under ice, so you're still limited.
Well,
It's
I mean,
melting though.
it's an ice plain. That's what it is, right? It used to be a beach. Now it's an ice plain. It's an ice desert essentially. There
Let's
is no
go back to
reason
beach
to
state.
go past it.
We'll definitely live to see it, and I have evidence I can show you if you want to, if you're interested.
I would,
It's
but
the
all
ice.
right. I'm gonna say it like this: me and you, we will never get to see Antarctica
No, we will
unfreeze
see it.
unless some kind
We
of
will see it
major
unfreeze.
medical discovery happens in the next few years.
Well,
Right?
the magnetic pole shift is currently happening, and if you understand the science of what that is, then you'll understand that we will all live to see Antarctica de-iced.
No,
Many
we
won't,
won't.
but
Yo, Kamala, I hope
few
you
will.
don't bet, man. I ain't gonna lie. I hope you don't bet because you lose a whole lot of money. I swear
I
down.
bet a
That's funny.
lot actually,
I
and
Hey
I
guys,
promise
let
you.
me let my good friend Mag in, the Magnificent. How art thou, bro?
I feel magnificent. How you doing, King?
Indeed. I'm well, man. So, I don't know
The
if you've been
camera is
listening in, but
definitely a weapon. Let me say that off top.
we're go on, get it. What are your thoughts?
The camera is definitely a weapon. I can say that off the top. And it's used in many different ways, as far as, its abilities. But the camera is definitely a weapon. We already got cameras on almost every street corner, you know what I'm saying? And when they take your picture, that's not even your local police. That's some agency that has been hired by the police to, catch those images. So you know what I'm saying? The camera is definitely a weapon.
Let me ask you this, man.
So
Speaking about the camera and its phenomenon, the camera was introduced, I want to say probably about 100 or so years ago, roughly, give or take, couple decades. But in the era that we live in, this thing that we have called social media, and the transformation that social media has had on society, right? What do you think that the camera has done to women, right? So if you're Mary Jane, you live in Idaho, you a baddie, but only, Jeffrey and Tom from down the road kind of know, right? And either Jeffrey or Tom, or maybe even Dick, they have a chance to get with you. But now, Mary Jane from Idaho is being courted by 3 million men from around planet Earth.
it's an illusion.
And so Tom, okay, no, I'm with you, but and I'm gonna land right here. But Tom down the road, he's been working on the farm and he's gotten the family business and he wants to propose, but her head every time he sees her is buried in the phone. Magnificent. What say you of that scenario and the era of social media and its effects of on our society through our women with the camera going? That whole thing.
If I, in the words of Erica Badu, I'll make her put that
Oh,
goddamn phone down.
oh,
I can make her put the phone down. But here's the thing: it's an illusion. Like Because she got all them likes, bro, it seemed like she getting all that attention. Even she thinks she's getting all that attention. That's a freaking illusion. Because the very moment that you try to take any one of these ladies seriously that you met on social media, if she doesn't live right there in your town, then that's
Oh,
just like a blind date. And that's just like the chat line from back in the day, man. It used to be the chat line. You go in a room, all these chicks in there talking, you know what I'm saying? You trying to like pick out of there who got the right voice and who might be fine, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't even have FaceTime back then. So
bro,
you
I can't
finally
even
get the
believe. I
you
can't
finally get
believe
the
you're actually
phone,
bringing up the chat
man.
phones from back in like the 70s.
That was back when people were down bad. They were wilding back
No, it wasn't
then.
even about. No, 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 no,
It
no, no.
wasn't
Wait,
even about
Kamala. That's
that
not.
because
That's
we
not.
didn't
No, no.
have
It wasn't
yeah,
that people were down bad. Actually, that was the technology of the day. You're just kind of young,
yeah,
probably, Kamala. That was the
I'm
technology of the
25.
day. That's what we're doing now. Well, I'm 55. So you see what I did
So
there.
fair enough.
So right. So check it out. So what's happening now? This very conversation. It was similar, but in the 70s, it was on a telephone, a rotary phone,
right,
and you'd have like 30 people on the same phone call.
right,
30 people
right,
trying to cross talk each other like how on
right.
TikTok when we're yelling at each other and no one's talking one at a time. So what he's making a great analogy because he's been able to see where the technology was and where it is now. Keep going.
Yeah, so like you be in the room, man, and you have like your own private box, you know what I mean? And you be done got shorty attention, like, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, my private box number is such, hey, and she might go. You get to talk to her one on one. You know what I'm saying? Now that is in comparison to going out to the mall. You know what I'm saying? Because we used to go to the mall, and I'm betting my partner them that I'm gonna get more phone numbers than they gonna get. You know,
Uh,
that was more
Yo, real
authentic.
sorry to interrupt, but I'm gonna drop down real quick. Sorry, y'all.
okay, King.
All
All
right,
right, shout
peace.
out to y'all, man.
Yeah. That was more authentic. We was thinking that was more authentic back then to like meet the chick, at the mall versus meeting them online. Because I'm meeting them online. That was your blind dates, and meeting them online was your first form of catfishing. But with the introduction of social media, catfishing became like a real thing. Like dudes getting mad, chicks getting mad. Like I done invested money because I done, you know what I'm saying? I done met this chick. She lives such and such amount of miles away. I done, you know what I'm saying? I done try to go link with her and she ain't even what I, you know what I'm saying, what I want. So you got those elements where you spending bread and you may not even get what you looking for. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, I dig the social media aspect. I don't think it's nothing wrong with it. A woman asked me last night in a live. She said, "Would you date someone off social media or not?" There's nothing wrong with meeting someone through social media, but dating them,
Yeah, that's
it
ridiculous.
well, no, it depends. I'm telling you, listen, it depends. Like right now, you can meet a chick on TikTok. You got FaceTime where y'all can immediately leave straight from TikTok and get on a FaceTime call and be talking and you know what I'm saying, crank something up.
The date is
But
immediate, is what
But
you're
they be
saying. The
right,
having the
date is in
right,
real time.
filters and all
right,
that
because
The
though.
date,
during COVID,
wait. In other words, if I ask, well, there's no ladies on the panel right now, but if I asked if it was ladies on the panel, I asked her to cam up, and it was right,
facts.
and we got it clicking. That's the date right there. What you talking about?
Facts. Because during COVID, we did motherfucking virtual dating and shit. During
Well, the
COVID, we
thing
did
Hmm.
is
virtual
though, right?
dating.
There are
I
different
think
AI
virtual dating
programs that you can
is
install upon
one
your
of the worst
phone
things
though to
ever.
change the way you look. For example, there's one
Not
that
when you FaceTiming, bro. Yeah, like they can put like
yes,
a
if you're
filter on or
FaceTime, you
something,
can
but
100%. I myself use it. I myself use Finlock to do it. Finlock is essentially it edits your camera where you can make yourself appear to be whatever you want. If you want to make yourself into an old white man, you can, right? And you can look
okay,
like
but see,
one.
that is not dating. That's
No,
a
that's
grown
that's
up.
not dating.
That's a
I
grown up
understand what Magnificent is
playing a
saying.
whole ass
He's saying
mind
you
game
met the
with
girl
other
on
people. That's
social
just a
media,
What
so
do
different
you
you
form
know
of.
think
how the girl
women will
looks.
do? What do you think
It's
women
just a
will do
different
for a
form of
few bucks? What do you
catfishing.
think
In
guys will
order to
do?
stick with the question that Opinion actually asks, like, look, man, women do not actually have the advantage when it comes to dating across social media platforms. They don't. It appears that way because they can like sexualize themselves and they can get all these damn likes, but she's not gonna date all of those dudes that's liking her
Interesting.
shit. So
Yes, that
Interesting.
therefore,
I agree,
if
magnificent. That I
you
agree.
are a gentleman that is familiar with, you know, getting your way around the date world, like
Yo,
if you work and you're attractive and you are masculine, there's women that are looking for you and they will find you amongst the midst of all of the gravel that's out there. If you a diamond, she
Gravel.
gonna find you.
Gravel.
yo,
Well,
bro,
really,
Yeah.
man,
Like
magnificent,
I'm
really,
a
what
bro.
there
boulder. Like
should
I'm a
be.
boulder
I'm
and
doing
gravel.
exactly
I
that,
like the
bro.
boulder and gravel
Swear to God.
I'm a
scenario.
diamond.
That's hilarious.
All right,
I'm a
Ah, and then you
diamond.
got a diamond. Wait. Oh, ooh.
I'm a
I see
diamond in the
what you're
midst of the
doing.
gravel, bro.
I
You
see
know what I'm
what you're
saying?
doing there. But
all right.
gravel is hilarious.
Yes,
All
bro,
right.
because that's how it can feel dating. You shuffling through gravel trying to find a diamond.
Well, that's because
Yo,
Mm-mm-mm.
people make bad
facts,
decisions when
magnificent
doing it.
facts,
It's not that
bro.
hard.
I've
I'll be
made so
honest
many
with you.
connections online. It's crazy, bro.
Well, the thing is, though,
Crazy.
that's online, though. Those aren't real connections.
As
I'll
a
No,
give you
man,
that
no,
much,
it's
we
right?
we
as a
have
But
man,
when
it's
you
more
meet somebody
difficult to get a
online,
woman
those
to jump
aren't
into
real
your
connections,
DMs.
right?
Kamala
Those
doesn't
It
aren't
understand what I'm
real
trying to say.
connections you're
If I
look,
making with
want, I
those
can go see
people,
all of those people
right?
right now
So,
if I
so,
desire.
like for example, right?
yeah, but it'll
I
take you
recently
time to
went to
do that.
To
That's not
Locals,
real
right?
live dating. That's not courting. Okay.
That's just
If
Sure,
being
but
if
no,
I
down
got
I'm
bad.
saying
50
no.
women,
I'm
if I
Online,
got
that's
50
just being
women,
down bad. I'm be honest with you, right? But
no,
online, doing
magnificent.
all
I'm
that
saying
simp and
I'm
stuff,
not
that's
saying
being
online
down
dating
bad.
is a good thing.
You're
That's not
down
what I'm
bad
saying.
if you're
I'm just
doing that.
saying I use it to meet women. So when I meet them, I text them, then we meet up. That's what I'm saying. It's not dating
Down
per
bad,
se.
like I was saying.
It's not dating per se.
It's just
yeah, those
Like
is just hookups. You
Tinder,
know what I mean?
right?
no, and some aren't even hookups because when we meet up, then we get to know each other. Then we start to date in person. If you get what I'm trying to say. So we just use the phone to connect, basically to talk to
See,
each other.
All
opinion.
right.
Check
Well,
this out.
can I say
The
this,
thing
right?
is,
You get what I'm
opinion.
trying to say?
The thing is, opinion. Some of these people, male or female, they're not vetting. They're not vetting these people. Okay.
Well, that's a fact.
So I'm not giving a woman an opportunity to stir me around like a leaf in the wind. We're not doing that. You know, I got a
Yeah.
couple specific questions that I would ask, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell from in between day 1 and day 3 if someone's actually interested or not.
You can tell first
Yeah.
5 seconds of meeting a person if they're interested or not, right?
No,
That's
That's
just the
what I do.
representative.
3
That's just
days
the
is best for
representative.
real.
All
3
right,
days
well,
is
here,
best.
let me say it like this, right? I have 2 spouses. Neither one of them are American, right? I don't
2
go for
spouses.
Americans. Don't go for it. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm a polygamist, right?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. We're listening.
Hey, we about to change the prompt. Go on.
All right. So, in my opinion, right, I don't think man should, especially not American man. American man shouldn't be going for the 10s, right? The 10s are usually for everybody. You get you a 9, right?
I
An 8
disagree.
or a 9, right? You get 2 of them. That's a 10. That's a 10 right there, right? Because both of them will have. They have to, like, let's say they have 50% of what you want, right? Well, guess what? You can get another one with the other 50%.
Kamala, let me ask you a
So,
question.
I
Kamala,
disagree.
can a 10 ever be a wife?
yeah,
All
most
right,
no.
Kamala. That's
Most
for
of them
Kamala.
no.
No, most 10s can be a wife. And I'll tell you something real quick, opinion,
Nah.
right? 10s, why they're more loyal most times is because they know that they're a 10 and everybody wants them. So anyone who gets them or the more people who get them, they feel less valued. It's a thing. I've spoke with many of them, and
Interesting.
they're the most loyal.
Well, so like the thing is with people they call themselves 10. Let's be honest here, right? The
I'm
ones that
talking
are
about
actually a 10 here,
drop
right, are
dead
the
gorgeous
ones that
10.
are like you see these ones on the internet. Usually, they're usually doing wild things on the internet. And in my opinion, that drops their value instantly. So, like, the reason I say a 10 can never be ringed up, right, is because the moment a 10 gets ringed up, their value drops, right?
But Kamala, look, when we say 10, we're talking about in terms of looks.
That's what I'm telling you. That your
Yeah,
value
but you're saying they're
drops
doing
by
things on
that,
social media, of course.
right?
But I just want to be clear. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, what I'm saying here is when you're on the internet, you're not seeing an actual person. You're seeing filters,
No,
right? A 7 can put on enough
no,
makeup and a filter
no.
to
We're
make themselves
10
look
without
like a 10. So
filters.
even
No,
real
that's not a
things
10
in
Mm.
real life
So,
aren't
Chris,
actually
then
10s.
without
the question
filters.
then becomes, Chris, does the camera turn a 6 to a 10? Can the
Yes.
filter, does the
Man,
Okay.
camera filter turn the
Whoa.
6 to the 10 baddie? Is that a
listen,
thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
but
yes, it
it
does. And
can, but
we
in
will get tricked.
reality, it does not.
Um,
I'm telling you, it
but
doesn't.
yeah,
Because
it can trick you for a while until you see
all
them
women
without makeup.
know, if the woman is serious about you, she knows she got to step from behind that filter. She knows
Sure,
Oh,
yeah.
this. If
what you
she's
Yes,
mean?
she
You
serious
No,
want to
they
see
about
me
don't.
you,
without my
They wear
wig?
makeup all the
I never
yeah.
time.
take my wig off. What are you
Listen,
talking about?
yeah.
listen. If I'm
Yo,
gonna make it
opinion.
down the
Have
road
you
with
This
never
you,
been
wig,
if
to
I don't
America?
count her
it's
as a
gonna
10.
come that day, opinion, and we all know it. It's gonna come that day where the morning after. It's
I'm
coming.
embarrassed to say. I'm embarrassed to say that not recently, but not too long ago, I stopped dealing with a woman because first of all, I'm embarrassed to say I was dealing with a woman that was wearing a wig. That's number one.
Yeah.
Then number two, I'm embarrassed to say that I stopped dealing with her because she would not let me see her head
Oh, bro, I'm out
uh,
too. You got
in
me.
scene.
I'm out.
In
I'm out.
scene.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Well,
I
Cause
had
let
to
me
I don't
say
want to
go.
see
this
those
there.
matted. I'm not
I
You
dealing with
cannot
them
be a
matted
10 with a wig.
I
doggone
don't
cornrows up
believe.
under your wig, bro. I'm not dealing with those no matted cornrows up under your wig. You got to take that sucker off. We
Yeah.
grown. You got
Well,
to
the
take that
Yeah.
thing
motherfucker
is, I
off.
don't believe you should go with people that are doing that. If you're interested in a person and you see they're wearing makeup and whatnot, you shouldn't
I
go after
totally
them.
agree. That's why I said I'm embarrassed to
Yeah.
say. But you know,
Yeah.
if
She
you're
can wear.
hetero
She can
around
wear
these
whatever
streets,
she want
she
to
had
wear.
one of these things called a fatty, and I'll just leave it right
Hey,
there.
Man, she can
understandable,
wear whatever
right?
she want to wear, but
The
the
way
bottom
I see
line
it is
is
this,
that
right?
stuff got the morning after is coming. And see, you know what,
So,
y'all, you know what y'all dudes don't be doing? You know what y'all dudes don't be doing? Y'all don't be thinking about that after bus conceptualized thought.
Well, the thing is, though,
Whoa,
I bring
it's
wet
called
bro.
logic.
post nut clarity,
I bring
Okay,
aka
wet
post
logic.
nut
okay
clarity.
then. Come on, fellas.
Bro,
Come on,
Lil Wayne was
fellas.
the first one I
We
heard do
gotta
that.
take
Lil Wayne was like,
accountability for that one, just like we want
Lil
them
Wayne
to
was
take
like, as
Well,
soon
accountability
as I
for
the
them
come,
thing
I
is,
wigs.
we
come to
know
my
man don't
senses.
Let
care.
me
Like
just say
I
this.
say,
Check this out. Check
You
this
know
out. The
after you
ride.
bust, you gonna feel
Hold on, guys.
different.
The ride from the social media, meeting her on social media when she's really a 6, but social media turned her into a 10 baddie. To post nut clarity is a roller coaster.
well, the
Yo,
way
I
Facts,
I
agree
see
though.
it
opinion.
is this, right? The
Post nut
internet
clarity take
evolved
Yo,
a
to
post nut clarity take a 9 to a 6.
Man, a
the
post nut
thing. The
clarity
way
will
I
take a
see it is
10
this: the
to a
internet.
nothing.
The
It
internet
can.
yeah, bro.
evolved too fast
Yeah,
for
bro.
humans to
It's
properly
not
If
evolve
you
brutal at
met
things,
her,
times.
right?
if you
So
met
when
her
we're
while
looking
you were
at people,
inebriated, if you met her while she was inebriated, she may be a 10. And then by the time you get home, you ain't even really, you know what I'm saying? The morning after and after nut clarity might do exactly what opinion did. It might take that meter all the way from a 10 down to a 2.
Man, I
Hey, come
promise you
on.
it's happened.
well, the way
It's
I see
happened.
it is, you shouldn't go after if you're seeking a relationship with a person. First of all, you shouldn't go after them after you've had alcohol and whatnot, because those are things will make you overlook red flags. And like, I'll be honest, I had a friend just 3-4 months ago. He was talking to this girl at a club, right? And I warned him about going to these low value places, right? And he was drinking a certain substance and and puffing on a certain substance, certain green plant, right? And he ended up going out with this girl, right? And he had almost caught the itchies because she texted him talking about he might want to get checked,
You got
right?
me,
So
man.
Wow.
that's what happens when you
Well,
do
let me
that
just say
kind of
this. Let
stuff.
me just say this really quick. Uh, we're definitely going to have a topic coming soon, and it will be post nut clarity. So we'll leave it right there. Let's kind of get
Yeah.
back to where we were. Let me let my man Jab. What's happening, man?
What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, man, I see you doing really cool things, bro. Keep it up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Yes, sir, bro. So, you know, we're just in this room as usual. We're talking about the camera and whether it's a weapon, whether it's been weaponized, and who might be the tools of such weapon, if it is such a weapon. What are your thoughts?
Well, I guess I may need a little bit more clarity on that. Like, what do you mean? You mean like taking pictures, or you just mean the just cameras in general? Like, what do you mean?
Well, let me fall on this forward and just say full out, I'm a filmmaker, right? So, you know, the camera actually pays me to live, right? So I'd be kind of ass out right now if somebody said, okay, no more cameras, nowhere. Like I'd be ass out, right? So, but I still understand the dynamics of it. For instance, we spoke about the idea that if there's a camera in the room, Jab, do you act differently? Now, Jab, I know you're a performer, right?
Yeah,
So you may already have a mentality similar to mine where every moment is a performance, quite frankly. So it's like, you know, camera on, camera off. It don't really matter whether I'm alone or not. You know, there's a performance happening, whatever. That's some performance stuff. That's some artist stuff. So, but outside of that, do you react differently if you know that there's a camera around versus if you're confident that there's not?
Yeah, no, for me, I know for me, I act the same regardless. But like you said, that's because I'm used to being around cameras. And when you're used to being around cameras, you have to know how to like act as if the cameras are not there. You have to know how to block them out and just be yourself. So for me, it's not something that changes. But I mean, I guess, is it a weapon? I guess in the sense that like it maybe potentially brings out people's self-consciousness or any things that they don't love about themselves, you know, a lot of times.
Highlight.
Maybe it highlights definitely. I would say it's a reflection, right? So just like mirrors mirrors tend to keep people in front of them and engaged in them because it's a reflection. And unfortunately, stop. That's the only way us as conscious beings. Hold on, sorry, but
no, you're good. But look, you brought up reflection. You brought up reflection. Let me just ask this real quick question. I'll come right to you, Mac. You brought up reflection. Like, so is there something taboo about seeing your reflection? Think about that for a second. Is there something spiritually connected to seeing your reflection and your subconscious and your conscious? And is there a thing there?
Well, I wouldn't say it was taboo. I do think it's the only thing, like us, just to obviously get a little bit in depth for a second, you know, us as conscious beings, we don't really have a way to see ourselves from a different point of view or from a different perspective, unless you're versed with like remote viewing and like all these different mental avenues that you can see yourself. We don't have that avenue. So when we see ourselves in the mirror, when we see a picture of ourselves, these things are the only reflections that we're going to actually get from another point of view. And so oftentimes what happens is, I mean, you just any flaw that you have, anything that you might see that might be different from others, that might be, because keep in mind, we also have all these deeply embedded subconscious beauty standards, right? And things that tell us, well, you need to look like this to be pretty, or your nose needs to be this shape.
Has the camera not heightened that? If the chicks were just out on the Nile River, right, and me and you just hanging smoking a blunt, right, but all they can see is their reflection, and it's kind of wavy in the Nile River. But now the camera has heightened what you just articulated, no?
Right. Yeah. It's heightened it. It's heightened it. And on top of that, our perception, our standards of beauty, right, have been heightened and greatly skewed as well. So you have two things. You have a heightened sense of awareness of self from the camera. And then you have also a heightened sense of self-consciousness and self
cook.
Whoa. Good one.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of even the word I want to use. Not even what's another word for self-conscious, like when you don't feel good about yourself. You know, we call it self-conscious, but self-aware. But I don't like to use that because you can be self-aware and not feel bad about yourself, or not, you know, not hate yourself.
Self-deprecating? Self-deprecating?
Yeah,
self-deprecating?
maybe more self-deprecating perceptions of themselves, right? And so that's with everyone. We have this standard, and that's why we have the phrase baddie these days, because being a baddie is a perception, or is I guess a standard of how you're supposed to look. The amount of makeup you should have on, the way your body should be shaped, your hair, all these things. And when you fit into that mold, then it's like, oh, that's a baddie. Beautiful women have existed since the beginning of time, right? But now we have a very specific genre of beautiful woman called baddie, and it comes from actually drag queens, and it comes from the way that drag queens present themselves in a very over exaggerated and almost caricaturish way. And I'm not saying that as an insult, but I'm just saying
I disagree with that.
It comes from influence from the drag community.
I disagree with that.
I agree. I agree, bro.
I disagree with that.
Why
you disagree?
Because the drag queen goes back to like the RuPaul era, and I remember how like majority of
drag queens go back way further than that.
Hold on, I ain't saying that. I'm looking at when things are publicized,
right,
and we turn it into a thing. Okay, so like I'm looking at the era of that, and when it all like became popular or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I'm telling you like this, like, look, men determine what's so-called bad. We determine what looks good and all of that. And what they do is they take it and run with it and turn it into a thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we're about to do it again. We're about to change what a baddie is.
Media does that, dear.
But yeah,
Nah, we
does
do it.
that.
No, we do it.
Media does it, and then you follow.
Like,
Media
okay, hold on.
has
As a
all the
moderator, let me
glam. Wait a
tell
minute,
y'all
hold on.
No,
It
you
has
hold
all
on.
the
I'm a moderator.
glam.
Stop telling me to hold on. Okay? As the moderator, what I'm saying is on this panel, don't just jump in, tell somebody else no, as if your junk overranks them. We need to have enough respect for each other to let each other land their plane,
I'm
even
sorry
if
if
you
I
disagree.
disrespected you.
No, I don't feel disrespected. I'm saying to everybody, like, let's not just overrun each other and be like, no, that's not it. Like, let everybody land their plane, even if you disagree. Okay. Now, my opinion, not being the moderator as the magnificent, my opinion is this: men are the ones who determine what a baddie is, because y'all could do all that crap, but if we ignore it, then what?
No, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I think that
don't
gives
know.
a lot.
Is
I think
there
that
an
gives a
order?
lot of power to the men, and almost negates women's perception of themselves. I wouldn't agree with that at all.
Is there an order?
Go on, T. Go on, T. No, you good, Jab. Go on, T.
No, respectfully, I just want to make sure it's in order so I don't, talk over folk.
Yeah, go on.
Men don't. Media does. Media has been training men what's beautiful from the beginning of time. They can show you what's gorgeous on TV from the time that a lot of young men were 5 or 6 years old. If I show you a splendid video, a seductive video of anything, you're gonna like it. Media does that. Now, you may think that you're in control, but you're not. Media
can I
is
just say
huge.
that?
Okay, wait a minute. Now, now, we all said that we are going to overlap.
Go ahead. Okay, ma'am, go ahead.
I know for a fact media controls most of everything that we do. Otherwise, we wouldn't have commercials. Otherwise, people wouldn't spend millions of dollars just to have a commercial on the Super Bowl. It's getting into your face, because when you get into somebody's face, you can have influence. So no matter what you see in your environment, it could be hell. But if something is glamorized, no matter what it is, whether it's food, women, clothes, or shelter, that's what we're going to go to, because we're information beings. And if you don't have food, clothing, women, or shelter, we would be out here just in our environment. So if you get out of your environment, similarly to a man wanting a white tee, the difference between BLKs and white tees and
Oh,
BLK WM is that
drum roll.
BLK women don't have the luxury in media of seeing gorgeous non BLKs in our videos, in our music, or anything. But BLK men do. So that is why that you
Oh
guys
my
decide
God.
to jump out and we don't, because we don't have that same sauce in
Man,
our
this
soup.
is like one of the most ridiculous like
Okay, well,
rebuttals
okay, well, as long as
men
do you
don't like
understand what I said?
10,000 years
As
ago.
long as you understand,
10,000 years
our
ago,
soup
there
is
was
different
no
than
media.
yours. Our
Listen,
soup is
10,000.
different than yours.
Okay, now you're
Our
repeating
soup is
yourself.
different than yours.
Repeating
Our
yourself.
soup is different than yours.
Hey, opinion.
Yo,
Our soup is
Opinion.
different than yours.
Ma'am, come on.
Opinion.
Can you be more mature than that, please? Come on.
What's
Opinion.
happening?
Well, I
What's happening,
mean, you're
Mac?
trying to shade
When
me,
you
buddy.
tap
I'm just telling
the
you that our soup
profile,
is different than yours.
when you
Ma'am, but
tap
please be more
Media
understanding
you
that.
tap
has
the
you guys
profile
on
yo,
and you
high
go
T,
down to
One
with
the
the
second,
bottom.
T. One
sauce,
second, T.
but we
One
don't
second,
have it,
T.
and that's why it's different.
T. 1 second. I'm sorry. Just 1
Go ahead.
second. Wait, what do you say, Mac?
When you tap my profile and when you click moderator, you gotta scroll all the way down to the bottom. And there's something that has not been clicked all the way down at the bottom because you already know like I'm gonna be respectful to everybody. But when that kind of stuff starts happening, it's ridiculous, bro. We can't she don't even want to listen to you.
Man, you know what I'm going to do though. I'm going to take a screenshot whenever I am done with this live. Well, actually, I can take it now
I don't
to
know
show you
why.
though that all of your
They
all of
be hating, man.
the
They be
things are
hating
lit.
then, bro. They be hating then, because I'm telling you,
I don't
bro,
know what
you
it
got
is. I
certain
don't know what
Ma'am,
it
can
is
things.
I just
because
say, listen, can I just say she's came in with talking about how men don't create that, but the media does. But the media is literally predominantly run and controlled by men. And I'm not saying that as if that's a good thing, because it's not. I believe in like equality and people having, equal voices in society. But you can't separate the two and be like, nah, men ain't do that. The media did. But the media is predominantly male run and male created. So the standards,
We didn't
the
have
images, all these things were created by men.
and we didn't have media 10, 20,000 years ago, but you did have stuff like makeup. 20,000 years ago, women were making their faces up, but you're not seeing it on TV or in a
Are
newspaper or
you
nothing like
kidding
that.
me? Periodicals occurred for men that showed like Playboy, and even further for many, many years here.
20,000 years
Those are
ago,
male.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah,
male
yeah.
run
And
too.
it was all designed for men.
20,000 years ago, ma'am. 20,000 years ago, ma'am.
Yeah, $20,000. I mean, 20,000 years
20,000
ago,
years ago.
there was a little stoop over there under the dust where there was sexy ladies. Yes,
See,
sir.
this is
And
what's
a
wrong,
man had
man.
that
Like
house.
this
It was
stuff right
called a
here. Like,
whorehouse, by the
like
way. Yes, sir.
once you see how delusional
And
some of this stuff is, that's men. Men,
delusional.
that's
These
where
are
we
facts, babe.
men.
These are
When we
facts.
ignore these women that act like
These are
this, it
facts.
goes away. All we have
Facts.
to do is ignore them.
See, look, that's his thought.
T, because you're acting immature in this conversation.
I'm not.
Nobody was
I'm
doing this until you
literally.
came in.
I am
She's the
literally
only one
stating
doing it.
facts.
Is there another
Ma'am, you're
woman
the
on the
only
panel?
one. The only one conducting yourself like this, talking over people.
Right, because I'm the only woman on the board.
No, because you're repeating yourself over and over, talking
No,
about
I asked, is it another
our
woman
soup,
on the
our
panel to
soup.
talk to you?
yes, I'd like to hear what
You came in
Agnificent has
talking
to
about
say.
our soup different than yours. What kind of soup you got? What kind of you got? Campbell's? What you got?
Because
Yeah,
Nobody
listen,
was
right,
talking
there's
about
a
because
that.
it's different. What you got
well,
in your pot is
first of all,
completely
you allowing
different than
your
mine.
age to tell on you. Because younger women
that's
who know that they
hilarious.
got it going on,
First
they
of
don't
all,
act like that.
first
Right,
of
because
all,
they don't know.
No, it ain't that they don't know. They don't have to
No,
do.
they
yeah.
don't
They
know,
don't have to
buddy.
do as much
They
advertising
don't
as what
know.
you're trying
They
to
don't
do.
know.
No,
Well,
They
ma'am,
don't.
listen. Don't none of us in here
And
care
you don't
about
ma'am,
what you're
you're
listen.
talking
acting
about.
mentally.
None of us
You're
in here
acting
care
just
about
like
what you're
those.
talking about. We
You're
don't
acting
care.
mentally just like those young women. So if you're gonna act like them mentally, well, how are you gonna then criticize them? You're acting young minded too.
No, I'm
And we
not.
don't
You
care.
are.
I'm
You're being
saying,
There's many
I'm
of
immature.
us
saying that,
men that are
you know
out
what,
here
you guys aren't
single,
gonna bully
taking
me.
care of ourselves, and been doing it for years, and we're not begging to be with nobody, and we don't care about attitudes like that. I've been
Oh, we
single for
already know,
years, and
buddy.
the reason why I've been
We
single
know
for
you
years
want to
because
go
I
get
wouldn't
with
put
the
up with no
homie.
attitude
We
like that.
Wait,
already
hold
know
on.
you want to get with the homie. Get
You
out of
got
here.
life fucked
Now
up
wait
on
a
every
What?
minute.
level.
Go on and get with your homie. We
Hold
already
on.
know
Hold
Now
on.
that,
wait a
buddy.
Nah,
minute.
just
Get
That was
because
a
I
today.
don't
smart.
want to
All
be with no
right? Get
loudmouth
today.
friend
Go
like
get
you.
with
No,
your
T,
homie.
no,
The
T.
Get out of
Man,
conversation
you
here.
is
can't.
getting kind of
You the
kind of
type. You the exact type
misogynistic
that prove what we be
Yeah,
saying.
you
We
the
don't
one
want
with
to
the
lay
bar
down
on
with no
your
women that got bad
you that bar
attitude.
with the bar on
No,
your
T.
lap, buddy.
No,
You got
that
life fucked up.
that was uncalled
Yeah,
for.
you the boy with the bar on your lap. Get the hell out of here.
T,
this
that was
conversation is
uncalled for.
turning
Now
kind of
That's
T,
a
now
productive.
T,
boy
just
with a
imagine.
bar on
Hold
his
on,
lap.
hold on,
You hear
guys.
her on
Hold on,
somebody
guys.
else's channel
Hold on
trying to
one
tell
second.
people to get
Hold
out
on
of
one
here.
second, guys. Hold on one second,
Yeah, I
guys.
Got
bet.
her
Just
fucked up.
imagine. Just imagine. Hold on.
You the boy with the
Hey.
bar on the lap.
Them
Hey, I don't
bitches
want to have to mute.
narcissistic.
I don't want to have to start muting people. Just hold on one second.
You
One
over
second.
there fucking your
Just
homeboy. Get the hell out of
imagine.
here.
Just imagine realizing that this entire scenario is being recorded by the camera.
I'm glad it is to show that women get triggered when we say we don't
Awesome.
want them.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, great. You the boy
First
with the
off,
bar on the lap.
magnificent. You're bringing like a lot of misogyny and different stuff into the conversation that I don't think
No,
anybody else
because
is
he's
talking about.
disrespecting what I'm saying in truth. And he knows nothing. He's trying to call me old baby, but I call myself gold. And at the end of the day, I ain't nothing new under the sun. And what he's talking about is that he just want to go fuck his homeboy.
But
That's
see,
all.
You got
but
life
see,
fucked up. You
here's
just
the
mad because don't
issue
nobody
is
agree
that
with you.
you started out with good points and making good points about to do it. Now you're just being
Yeah, until this
immature.
clown came around. Because he ain't going to disrespect me, buddy.
Okay, but
So
now
T,
you're
let's get
proving this
back.
I
point.
ain't
You're
even got
Let's
that
get
proving
much
back
what
to the
he's
information
saying
topic.
about
about you.
you.
I don't
Let's
even
get
know
back
you.
to
And
the
that's why
topic.
I call these men up here.
That was a fun commercial break for the effects of the camera, the modern day camera.
For the
And so
housewives,
let's get
Yeah.
back to the actual topic. Somebody's
hmm
echoing like crazy. I don't know who that
no.
It's
is.
the
Wait.
camera. That's right.
Okay. So let me go to YBC. YBC?
Yeah, what's going on?
Zaynard? How's it going, man?
I'm all right.
Good to know. Good to know,
So
man. What are your thoughts, man?
on the actual topic,
On the actual topic.
the way that it's worded is the camera a weapon? I would say no, because I think the camera can be a weapon, but you know that's different from what's actually on the topic. So I think the
What?
camera is a tool, and of course we know that pretty much any and all tools can be used as a weapon. You know, you can use a pot and bludgeon somebody until they're unalived. So a pot is supposed to be used to boil water, cook food or whatever as a tool, but it can be used as a weapon. So I think the camera
Hmm.
can be used as a weapon, but I don't think inherently that it is a weapon. It's a tool. It just depends upon the person or people behind the camera that's using it, how they decide to use it. Because I don't know if anybody in
Yes.
here has went down the rabbit hole of watching First Amendment audit videos, but I've been watching them for about the past 10 to 12 years or so, and the camera falls under the First Amendment
Emma
of the
Glassett.
Constitution because we have the right to freedom of press, and you use the camera to capture things of what's the word I'm looking for, of public interest, and then you disseminate that information online, because we've seen
Oh, that's
you know
good.
we've seen issues in the government, we've seen issues within police, and now a lot of these auditors are going out and showing firsthand the problems and issues within
Says a
government, and
Dunkin'
then
Donut.
disseminating that information directly through the public, and not going through the traditional media, but going directly through social media, unedited, unfiltered
Yes,
video
dear. Great job.
directly to the people. And then that allows us to see exactly what's going on a day-to-day basis.
Yes,
So
babe.
and then like with these cameras, like the Ring cameras, and people got cameras inside their homes.
Buster, get out of
Businesses have
here.
cameras inside of their
Duncan.
businesses and different things like that. Those cameras are, essentially used to protect their investment. People purchase a home, they want to protect their home.
Great
People
job.
spend money to get business licenses and different things like that. They want to protect their business, because when you get security measures in place, it actually reduces your insurance costs. Just like if you have what's that called, security measures
That boy on it.
on your vehicle, and you have like dash cams and different things like that. You can actually call your insurance company and say, I have a dash camera in my vehicle. They'll actually reduce your insurance costs on your vehicle. So
Ooh.
again, the camera is a tool that people use on a regular basis, but it can
That's
be used
excellent.
to
Oh my God.
cause
Standing
harm,
ovation.
and it can be used as a weapon. But I don't
Yes,
think
sir.
that's the case for the normal, average, everyday person that's getting up, going to work, paying their bills, taking care of their family, taking care of their kids, and different things like that. I think they're just using it as a tool that the average person does in their day-to-day life. They're not trying to
Yes.
weaponize it in
Well,
any
we're
kind of
talking
way.
Got it.
about, well, in this case, it
Well,
would
well
be
said.
African
First of all, let
American.
me just say well said, and I think you got a standing ovation. Go ahead, T.
Yep. In this case, first off, babe, what is your name?
Oh,
YBC the
You can call me
nerd.
YBC. You can call me nerd. Either or.
I love you so much. You have
wow.
landed on so many
Love connection.
planes and explained it in such a clear way that hopefully everybody on this panel can observe. You have done such a great job. I just really want to invite you somewhere. You're coming to the
Oh,
barbecue.
oh,
But at the end of the day,
ma'am.
the only thing that I disagree with you with is that the camera is everywhere. When you turn on your phone, when you turn on your TV, there are depictions of media, which, like you said, men govern, and they show you different things. I am a traveler. I won't tell you what I do, but I've seen so many beautiful people and so many different nationalities that aren't projected. However, there's a certain brand and there's a certain kind, and it goes through our children all the way up to adulthood, and they choose based upon that picture. That picture is very powerful. That camera is very powerful. And I rest my case. So if I only focus on one thing, that's what you're going to see. And if I'm I'm a media giant, and I want to display what I think, then I'm going to put that camera on that. If I am a mass media and I think something is great and I think it's wonderful and they jump through the tulips, then I'm going to focus on that. If I want to show you that, I don't know, it's even though when you go to college, you find out that's not true. You find out that white tees create or have more crimes than African Americans. However, when you turn on the media, all you're going to see is that black guy just stole something from Kroger. Oh my God, he just robbed a bank. Even though I know that this white guy just stole from Truist. Well, we don't need that right there. So you can't see it. This girl is beautiful. Oh, well, we don't want to look at her. Let's look at her. Oh, this white tea lady, look at her. She's great. And oh my God, and look at how much fruit she eats. Even though we know, at the end of the day, that's not true. But that camera is powerful unless you're educated. If you're not educated, then you already know in your books that, man, look at these girls playing in our face. But it's a design, dear. And I rest my case right there. All of this is a
Okay.
design. That's why you don't like black women. That's why you don't like a lot of things.
Who don't?
Because the camera makes you focus on what
Who
they want
who
you
doesn't
to.
like melanated women?
That shit is weird, man. Opinion.
Where did
Yeah,
this
well,
come in
I'll
talking
take
about we
that.
don't like black
I'll
women?
take the
I'm trying to tell you,
weirdness.
bro. This shit
I'm
is
going to
weird.
tell you to go get a book, and then it won't be weird anymore.
Who do you be responding
I
to?
love
Go
melanated
read a
women.
book,
Just for the
and
record.
it won't be weird anymore. I understand that you don't
When
understand,
nobody even
babe.
talking to you, like this is weird. That's what's
I
weird.
understand. I
All
understand. I
right, all right.
understand.
Anyways,
Okay,
moving on.
respectfully, I
All right, but I
understand
want to
why
go
you
back to
don't understand.
YBC real quick.
Ah,
Nerd, you there, nerd?
get out of here.
Yeah, what's going on?
So listen. I mean, I felt that whole dissertation you gave. That was well said. Great points were made.
Really
But
was.
it made me feel
Excellent.
like, I was thinking about the flip side of
He's
the
a winner.
equation, though.
That little boy
Whereas,
over there ain't.
one second.
I'm
Whereas,
sorry.
there may not be a physical harm, right, with the camera, right? You spoke of the vicissitudes of its positivity, right? But what happens when the camera starts to rob you of your subconscious, or it starts to tamper, I should say, even with your subconscious as you try to move? And so, before you create the greatness, you are already tinkering with ideas from the camera and what it might look like from the camera's point of view, rather than making it and then allowing the camera to see what you have created. What happens when that starts to tamper with, like, the psyche, the subconscious, the spirit? Is there a thing? Is that a thing, or am I just
I
bugging?
think something like that would more so be a parental issue, because that would have to do with how you're raised, from birth. If your
Mm-hmm.
parents are instilling a proper set of principles, morals, and values in you as a child, then this whole camera thing won't really be that much of an issue, because you already have not fully, but somewhat of a set of who you are before you really get out into the world. Because of course we know, as a child, your parents they're naturally going to shelter you from a lot of things, but as you get older, they have to gradually introduce you to these things that you are going to possibly be experiencing as an adult when you're out in the world on your own. That's why you're not supposed to fully shelter your children. You're supposed to gradually introduce them to these things at a slow rate, and then you show them these things, and then you explain these things to them along the way, so that once they do become an adult and they're out here in the world, like I said, they have somewhat of an idea of who they are, and how the world may or may not perceive them, and
Can I have an answer
how
after him?
perception may or may not work against them, different things like that. But like I said, this has to do with how your parents raised you.
Well, babe, let me tell you
Yeah.
something. How much time do I have with my
T, I
child
wanted to have an answer.
versus how much time they're in school?
Can you let somebody else talk?
Yeah.
I know that. No, it's a
I haven't
question.
spoken in a while.
It's a question.
May
How
I
much
say something?
time do I have with
No.
my child versus them being in school?
Yeah.
May I
So
say
as I was
something?
saying,
Go
hold
ahead,
on,
Chris. Go
Kamal.
ahead, Chris.
Yeah. I think, and I always have my evidence there. I'm going to show or whatever. The camera is an invention from, if you want, you can call it a demon. If you want, you can call it an alien. Whatever you want to call it. Something
Uh-oh.
that didn't come from
Wait,
here
what?
came
Wait.
here.
So you're just going to say that and keep going, huh?
It isn't.
Yeah. Just
You're just going to
See,
say that
you're
and keep
dealing with
going.
different mindsets and
It is not.
intellects. You're
No.
dealing with
Gave us
different
this technology.
intellects here.
A
Go
camera was
ahead.
not
One at a time,
invented
guys.
Go
I'm
already.
sorry.
ahead,
One at a
babe.
time,
Show
guys.
that
Hold
in
on.
the
Not
Hold on,
natural.
guys.
It's not
Chris, you keep
natural.
going, but you're just going
You
to
have
talk
to
about
dumb
it
it
being an
down a
invention
little
of
bit,
aliens,
babe.
and
You
you're going to
gotta
keep
dumb
going.
it
That's what
down
you're
a
doing?
little
Hey,
bit.
Chris, you said
No,
you
I'm
keep
just
your
saying that
evidence. May we
this
Hey,
see this
this
opinion,
evidence? Hold
opinion.
on.
She
this
can't
May
keep
we
from
see
on
our
this
insulting
evidence,
people up
Chris?
here, bro.
yeah.
Like, you
Like
know what I'm
You
saying? She like
I
straight up
can't finish a
insulting
point.
people.
are
Yeah. So
you
I was
playing with our
saying,
intelligence or
hold on,
something?
Okay,
Kamala.
guys,
Hold on,
listen.
cause
Everyone, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Everyone, hold on. T, I love to have you here because you're a female voice and the mix of male voices. I like to have a diverse lexicon of beings to be able to pontificate with. But just I get it. Like you got things you want to say. I'm feeling you, right? But like, hold it in check a bit. Let everyone land their
I
planes, as we
understand. I'm
say here.
sorry.
No, you're cool. Let everyone land their planes. But Mag is right. The discourse isn't great when we're just jumping on each other. But listen, I love your voice, so I want you here because I want to hear what you have to say. But
I
let it roam
appreciate
around
it.
the room. Let it roam around the room.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right. So
here.
go on, Chris. Go on, Chris.
Yeah. So I was just saying, look, these ideas to create these things aren't natural. These devices we have, they aren't natural. These are abominations, I think. Abominations. They shouldn't exist. Would have been fine. But something came here and started to manipulate people. And they're very intelligent at it.
We're
Every
gonna
device they
stay
give us,
right
it works
here.
for
Chris,
us. That's all I
Chris,
have
may
to
you
say.
show the
So
evidence you said you had?
so why
I
so
don't need
why
to
do
show
you
much. You
choose
can
to
use your
use
common
this
sense.
Well, Chris,
abomination?
you said I have the evidence right here. You know I keep the evidence, right? That's your own words,
I'm
right?
willing to
I
show you
read
some
that
of what
directly
I've
from the
researched.
transcript here. That's your words. So because you keep the evidence, right? Why don't you share that evidence, Mr.
Okay,
Keeps
well,
the Evidence?
okay.
You got to dumb it down.
Hold on. Yes, I'll dumb it
Like
down.
again
Look,
with the
listen.
insult. Like
Yeah,
please
Like,
stop with the
what are
insult.
you on about? No offense. I
yeah.
understand you have 6 kids and
So
12 baby daddies,
my
right? But look here, right?
Wait
Like,
a
I
minute.
don't get where you're
what?
coming from, ma'am. Just because
Where
your
you?
food
No,
stamps and
no, no, no,
EBT
no.
got turned off
We're not gonna
don't
do
mean
that.
you have the
This is
right
not
to
what we're doing.
insult people,
Hey,
ma'am.
I
Kamala,
don't know
Y'all
who
Kamala,
he
getting
trying to
Kamala.
put
Let's
up
keep
to
it
that
y'all
cool,
getting
man.
so
ladies and
upset and caught up
gentlemen.
in these
Okay,
so-called
ladies
He
and
insults
is
and
this
gentlemen.
triggers.
man
Let's just
talking
get
to
to the
me.
information.
Yeah, I just want to
Okay,
yes. So as I
I'm
was saying,
sorry,
guys,
dear.
um,
I
one
think he might
second,
be a
device.
one
troll.
second,
I think he might
But
be a
you
troll, y'all.
definitely
Just
ain't talking to me, honey.
just
I was
one
talking
second.
directly to you. That kitty
Everyone,
cat's
one
test me.
second, one
Sound
second,
like
one
hot
second.
fries and
Everyone,
police
1 second.
brutality, don't it?
Kamala, I don't want to have to drop you, man. It's been cool, but if you hear me talking, please just like mute up. Listen, n- like let's stay with like the good topic that we're speaking about. I don't know why it keeps getting derailed. I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Why do we keep getting derailed? Like we have a woman on the panel that can give us some ideas from a female perspective. We have men on the panel. It's about the ideas. Why are we attacking one another personally? I don't.
Because there are trans people here, and there are people that you have to come down on their intellect. They won't get it. So you have to
No,
Well,
we
kind
just
of
okay.
don't
Well,
believe
make
in
listen,
it a
listen,
little
retardism.
bit
listen,
We
smaller
just
listen.
don't
so they
believe
can
in
catch it.
retardism.
T.
What you all are saying is retardism. What you're saying in particular, right?
And
What
Hey,
that's a
what you're
Kamala,
saying
troll.
is
Kamala.
retardism. We don't
Do
Bro,
support
you
look,
really
retardism,
believe that
right?
that's
I
a
If
was
you're a
troll,
thinking.
black
retard,
woman?
that's
That's a
fine, right?
troll.
All right. Jeez.
I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
babe, but that's a troll. And that's why
no,
she jumped.
listen.
She's
Yeah.
a
No.
troll.
So
And I'll be
opinion. Can
quiet.
I
So
finish?
let's go back to
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah.
But you got where I was coming from, right, T. Let's go back to Chris.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
So every technology that these people look, even the pyramids that were built, they claim that slaves built it. We know based on how it's aligned, how it's built, that this is not of. It's so symmetrical that it almost isn't humanly possible. But that's another story. My point is, every device that these people create and give us, it causes more destruction than harm. These people who gave us these things, spiritually, dimensionally, they're not off here. None of what they give
Interesting
us is
take.
natural.
Interesting take.
that seems like a
I'm glad
very
you went there, Chris. Go ahead, Jad.
no, yeah, I was gonna say that seems like a very I guess biased perception of what I guess
Also,
you call these things, technology in general, because you're speaking as if they're inherently bad or inherently bad for humanity. But
of course,
at
they're
the end,
more inherently bad
no,
than good.
hold on, wait, my brother. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, all these devices do is they take ideas. They take thoughts, they take, the non-physical, non-tangible things, and it creates a physical record for us to have. Now, whatever way we choose to use that record, or whatever we do with that record, is one thing. It just shows a reflection and a record. That's all it is. So there's no
You're
inherently
still not
good
getting
or
the point.
bad to what you say.
You're still not getting the point.
I am
Let me
getting to it.
hey
No,
John, let
That is
let
the
me
point.
help
Is
you a
that
bit.
is
Let me help you a
what I
bit,
was saying
John.
was that hold on. What I was saying was that reflecting reality and recording it is not inherently good or bad. But your opinion, the way you're speaking of these
reality
things,
should be recorded.
why not? Why not? This is your personal
Reality
perception. This is
should
what I'm
be
saying.
recorded. This is
Why
artificial.
not?
It says it
These
by
Why not?
name.
devices are our detriment, to our detriment.
Hold on. You just repeat the same
It
thing.
The
says
You
it
don't
by
say
radiation
it's good
name.
or
levels,
bad.
the
Hold on for a
microplastic.
second. Yo, so Chris, if these things are to our detriment, why are you actively using it?
Now that's a stupid question. It's 2025.
You said it's to
You
our detriment.
listen.
But you
That's a
consciously made
ridiculous
a
question.
choice to get some
Ridiculous
type
question.
of device in order for you to be on
That's a
social
ridiculous
media.
question.
Why are you
It's
here on social
2025,
media
sir.
using
They
these
made it
devices that you
impossible
say
for
are
us
bad and to
not
our
have
detriment?
devices. Don't you understand? They made it impossible for us to not have devices. So
That's
yes, I
absolutely
still
not
use
true.
it, but
Absolutely
it's
not
not.
true.
It's
I
not impossible.
understand.
I know a lot of
Absolutely
people that
not
You're.
true.
don't have cell phones.
I
What are you
would
talking about?
say you're. Well, I disagree. I know what I'm saying.
Okay, hold up.
You
I
believe
wanna
things. I
chime
know.
You're
in right here.
These
you
things
Exactly.
are not
just make
natural.
statements that you can't back
Can't
up.
These
answer
things
my
are
Look,
not
question.
off here.
hold on, guys.
You make no logical sense.
These
Hold
things are
on,
not off
guys.
here. My
Hold
logic
on,
is
guys.
far more superior
He
to your
said.
intellect.
So he said.
No offense.
Hold on. So on the one hand, you're saying that the camera is a tool, but in your illustration, it's a weapon.
Are you
And I
talking to me,
and
Magnificent?
well, in your illustration, it was a
No.
tool.
Oh,
But
let
I
me say this,
also
Magnificent. This is the first time I'm ever answering
Why won't
about
you guys
the
let
no,
me
camera
I get
system
that.
here.
be
I
in the
get that.
chat?
Yeah,
I
first
get
time.
that. I get that. But you did say it was a tool, right?
No, I didn't say it was a tool. I said it's not off here and it's to kill us. It's hurting us, hurting our health. The radiation, the microplastic being absorbed in
Okay,
our
maybe I got
fingertips
it
every 5
backwards.
seconds.
Ja, was you saying that it was a tool? Because there's two different perspectives there.
No, I think
No,
that was
that was me.
YBC.
That was me.
Yeah.
I was the one who said it's a tool, but a tool can be used as a weapon.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, just the bottom line, sticking with the prompt, like the illusions are is what makes it weaponized. These are illusions.
It's been designed to control us. Every device they give us is designed to control us.
Yep.
These things are not natural. These
Just
beings, or
like they
whatever you want
don't
to
want
call
me
them,
on the chat.
they're not off here, and they're against nature.
I feel like you're coming from a very like maybe almost Christian humans are
No,
lower.
no.
We shouldn't
It's superior
have
logic.
access to all these things
Has
because
nothing to do
everything
with
you're saying.
Christianity. I'm not
Because
religious.
listen, everything you're saying,
But it's common sense.
human beings have the conscious intelligence to create these things also on a
Something taught us the intelligence to create
yes,
these. Taught
okay.
us. This wasn't
No.
in us.
Listen.
I'm just letting you know.
Every living being has a conscious connection to the universal consciousness that exists that we're part of. So it doesn't matter where the information came from or came through. We all are inherently. Hold on. We all
That's
are
a logical
inherently.
fallacy.
Hold on. We're
Yourself.
all inherently connected to the same universal consciousness, and we all have
But
the
some
same.
beings are more aware than others.
Okay, but my point is, it's just the same awareness circulating through the universal consciousness.
No,
So it
but
doesn't
not
matter
all of
what
us can
avenue it comes
access
from.
certain levels of the same
Dumb
awareness.
it down. Dumb it down.
Look, my point is this, right? Yes,
You see
we are
it,
all
you see
one.
it as
However,
inherently evil.
some of us, we're all one, yes, but some of us have higher access to certain level of awareness than others. I have a higher awareness than a goat will ever have. Because my brain is designed, my body is tuned to be able to tap into that level of
You can
frequency.
fight all day, but your intellect will not connect with something that's lower.
Yes, of
That's
course you want to connect
interesting.
with something that's lower.
That's
That's
interesting.
actually that's
Yeah,
actually
you're
not
gonna
that's
fight
actually
all
not
day
that's
on
actually
these
not
platforms
that's
with
actually
lower
not true,
minds.
or else we
So
wouldn't
you
be in the
shouldn't be on
condition
these
that we
platforms
in.
I
anyway.
agree, T.
If Chris, hold on, like first of all, that's not true. Because if that was true, we wouldn't
Wow.
be in the condition that we're in.
Are you
Higher
joking,
Well,
beings
that's
are.
Magnificent?
why they
Hold
have
on a second. Hold
classes.
on a second.
And
Hold on a
we
second.
Magnificent
we
must be
Can you
arrive
hold
joking.
at
on a
different
second? Can you
classes
hold on a second so
because
I can
of this,
engage
right?
Chris? Can you hold on a second so I can engage Chris? Chris, we wouldn't be in the condition that we in if that was true, because that's what happened in the first place. Beings of a higher intelligence, of a higher a vibration, brought up beings of a lower vibration. So we wouldn't even be in this condition had that not happened before. So therefore, that makes what you're saying, like,
No,
systematically
no, no.
not
You're
true.
still not getting the point.
No,
My point is
I
this.
got the point,
No, if
because
you got the
where I
point, you
cut
wouldn't have
in,
answered how you just
no,
answered.
where I cut
My point is
where I
this.
cut in
Listen
at, where I
carefully.
cut in
Listen.
at, hold on, where I cut
Beings,
in at is this right
beings
here.
who are
You
far
said
more intelligent than us, they're on a higher dimension, but that doesn't mean that they're good. They can be bad, but on a
I
higher
got that
dimension.
already.
Hold on.
But
Yes.
T
So my
jumped
point
in and
is
said
this.
that
They
T
came
jumped in
here
and told you
and
to
they
dumb it
taught
down
us
because
this
beings of a
this
higher
logical
intelligence or a
fallacy
higher
to create
vibration would not
these
communicate with
devices that
beings of a
are of
lower
our
vibration, and
detriment.
that part isn't
All
true.
these devices are of our detriment, and they
Like, I
taught
hear
us
you,
how to
bro.
do
Are
it.
you hearing
They
me though?
brainwashed us.
Listen,
One at a
See, it's
I
time,
hear
clear.
guys.
I hear
Chris, let
you.
Matt go, and then we'll go back to you, Chris. Go ahead, Matt.
Sure.
Yeah, I hear what he's saying,
It's
man.
clear.
But come on, T. I hear what he's saying, but T jumped in and said that beings of a higher vibe, like she's telling him, don't waste your time on these beings, basically. But her interjection is proof alone. Like, if she believes that she's on the same wavelength as him, and she's hearing and drawing out
I didn't
exactly
say
what.
that. I'm just
Hold
saying I
on,
may not,
please. You just it's
but
impossible for you
I
to
do
hold it,
know
isn't
when
it? It's just
when people can
impossible for you to
connect.
hold it. You can hold it, and you'll still get your chance. Now, what I'm saying is this right here. Like, what Chris is saying is not far above anybody's head. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are gonna just sit and listen, okay, while you explain it, and some other people are gonna be like, okay, show the proof that you said that you had. But some people, we already understand what you're speaking of. I understand what you're speaking of.
But
I
if
was the
you
first to
understand,
say.
then why are you replying the way you're replying?
Well,
That's
see,
my
first of
point.
all, there's always people listening that don't all the way understand. So therefore, there's a way to ask a thought-provoking question to get you to explain yourself so that other people who may be listening can understand.
Sure. Look,
Well, he's not
magnificent.
here to teach. He's here
Yeah.
to engage.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
well, both
just
of
giving
y'all should
my
start a live together.
magnificence. Right. But
Oh, so
look.
now we
All
the
right, let me.
concept.
So Chris, did you land all the way?
Yeah, this is my final point. I won't make it long. All these devices they gave us was designed to destroy us and control and watch us. That's all I have to say.
You hold that square, Chris. That's
I agree.
I like diverse opinions because that's where we can get to some actual factual, right? But Elmore, you there, bro? What's up, El?
Sure. What's up, fam? How y'all doing?
Hey, man. We in here.
Hey, dear.
Peace, God. Peace.
So,
What
what are
up,
your
Trop?
thoughts, man? You been listening in, man? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been listening a little bit. Yeah, I just gotta start off with, we in a dualistic world where everything is negative and positive. It all depends on the user. Because it can be a detriment to someone if they're hacking into somebody's system. But it can be a benefit to someone if they like a photographer use the camera for good reason. So it can be both. Everything have a positive and a negative to it. It's all about perspective.
Yeah,
But
that's the
but
thing.
again, like he was saying though, the body is the greatest technology ever. So you know what I'm saying. But we also are creators, and we got the ability to create.
Okay. Now, El, with all that knowledge, if you know that there's a camera in a room, would you say, in all honesty, that you can be your authentic self, or do you put a little bit on because there's a camera on?
Me personally, I'm gonna be my authentic self regardless, because watching me and not gonna change me. You know what I'm saying? People can remote view you without a camera. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Oh,
the body
Big
is
facts.
the best technology ever. But Like he said, the radiation can be harmful, but it's a way to go around that to protect yourself. So you
I
know,
Okay.
like him.
the eye in the sky anyway. They're watching you.
We had
I
other
like
forms of
that young man.
technology. We had other forms of technology to actually, keep us protected from these type of devices before they were made. That's why the bells was removed before these devices came out. It's not that no one already had these devices. That's why I was like, my interjection with Chris is because these devices already existed previously. They didn't just come out within the
Doesn't
past
matter
100
when. I
years.
know the Tartarian civilization
Okay,
proves
so
this that
like I said, bro, like I had said before, like I
but
understand what you're saying,
they're still
and I
against
had
us.
right. Listen, I don't disagree with that, but at the same time, the original creation of a lot of these devices were to trap the frequencies because a lot of these, like when you can call
I
it
agree.
frequency, but this is different forms of high vibrational life. It's
I
life.
understand. I understand.
Y'all ever heard of the all-seeing eye? That can be
Yeah.
considered as a universal camera. There's always someone watching them.
The all-seeing eye is AI, is artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I'm more so leaning to what Chris is saying. Like some of these beings, the technology that they have is so far beyond, and it's like a toy to them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
it's been around for so very long that like basically I guess like what Chris would be saying is for you to fall for it in media shows how immature you are because it's been around for that long.
Yeah. Nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
But it can be both. Like it can be detrimental and beneficial depending on how you use it and your perspective.
In the
And I know
Rahamayana, it literally talks about weapons that are designed to do stuff like make you over sexualize yourself or whatever. That way,
exactly.
one army can take over your army because you're too confused. You're too
Go ahead,
discombobulated.
buddy.
Exactly.
And
I agree.
we also can't say that it's inherently bad because even outside
All right,
of
Mr.
all
You're still
the
You owe me
hold
one,
on,
back
Mr.
on
E.
that again.
hold on,
DC,
damn,
you owe me
wait,
one. You owe me one,
wait,
This
DC.
guy, he's back
Because
at
I
it
hold
because
again.
I
on.
read.
What I'm saying is we can't say that it's inherently bad because
Of
even
course we
outside of all
can.
the
That's what we've been
man,
saying.
goddamn, can you stop, bro? What's wrong with you? Hold
No, but
on,
you're
let me
not
finish the
following the
thought. Let me
conversation.
finish my thought, man. I don't care about what you're talking about right now. Let me finish my thought.
Go ahead,
What I'm
bro.
saying, what I'm saying is that outside of all the negative aspects that we're talking about right now, there are a lot of positive aspects as well because the
Give me 5
collective consciousness
positives.
hold on, man. Because the collective consciousness of humanity is growing exponentially faster and we're becoming collectively smarter and more conscious and aware as a whole because of this exact same technology. So we can't speak as if it's
No.
inherently and
The
only bad.
sun
Well,
is tuning
technology is
our
getting smarter and
consciousness.
people are
That's what's
getting
happening.
stupider.
The sun is tuning our brain waves. It's called the Schumann resonance. The
Okay,
Earth's frequency is rising through the sun's heat. That's
My
that's
brother,
raising
all
our
the stuff that you just
consciousness.
named right
Not a
now, you
phone.
learned from reading
Not a
online
phone.
and learned from reading
Not a
on the
exactly.
phone.
internet and
What?
learned from like, bro, you
That's just
you
dumb.
just
Of
you
course
just
I learn
listen,
knowledge
listen.
from everywhere.
You're just
Of course I
stating a
learn
lot
knowledge
of
from
things
everywhere.
that you believe,
I'm
but you
not
aren't
stealing
really backing
anything. It's a
anything up with
universal
any
May,
kind of
may,
fact.
logic.
may I
The
speak?
sun is what's tuning us. It's a universal fact. It tunes our consciousness.
I have a
That's tuning us,
question.
not
That
these
is also
devices.
true as well. Two
Not
things
these
can be true at
devices.
once, bro.
No,
Two
these
things can
devices
be
are not
true at
tuning
Can
once.
us. They're
can I
not
s-
tuning us
Hold
can I
on,
at
have a
love.
all.
Wait
moment
till
to
they
speak?
wait
Truth,
till they
truth
get
is
through, love.
layered. Truth is layered.
They're not tuning us. The sun, natural things are tuning us. The sun and the earth's frequencies tuning us, not these devices. They're keeping us down.
I'm saying that we're connected to each other in a way that we
The only
haven't been
thing,
in. Bro,
that's the
bro, bro,
only, that's the
calm
only
down, man.
advantage. The
Calm
one only
down.
advantage.
We understand that you feel that you're more intelligent than everyone in this
I don't feel.
conversation,
I
but you don't
know.
have to. But you don't.
I know.
Of course, you believe, and that's
I know.
okay. But
If
you
you're
don't have
so
to speak.
intelligent, Mr.
Hold
Chris,
on. If
what's wrong with the blacks?
if you were actually as intellectually mature as you think you are, you would be
You're
able to
just
let
not on my
someone finish a
level.
thought.
And Magnificent explained what I said
Do
perfectly,
y'all
or
do
what I
y'all
was
understand that
hinting to
y'all do
perfectly.
you understand that you're operating like a troll right now?
Magnificent knows what he's saying.
No,
Do you
he
understand that you're
thinks that
operating like a
he
troll right
thinks
now?
that he's
Say what
more
you want. Doesn't
intellectual,
matter.
but he has absolutely no emotional control at all.
None.
You're also
No
on a lower
emotional
intellect.
control
But
and
I'll see
no
with
logic
you
to back up any
also.
of his opinions and beliefs. He's
And
just
he said
stating
I don't
beliefs,
have
and
any logic.
when someone asks him
That's how I
to
know
elaborate,
you
he
weren't
can't
listening.
elaborate.
That's how I know you weren't listening, or you don't have enough logical capabilities to reason my level.
Bro,
Yes, babe. Don't you have
everybody
to
here
dumb
Malvision
it
sees the
does,
same
down.
and
thing about
opinion
you.
Go
does.
on and
So
jump.
does
This
T.
ain't the panel, buddy.
Who are you talking
So
to?
does T.
I'm talking to the young man.
Oh,
What's his
yes,
name?
please.
Truck House?
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. Okay.
Don't even try.
I have a
Just go on
question.
and go, babe.
Let me go
Yes.
to
So
Love America.
They
Love
won't
America, you
ever
there?
understand what you're
Yes,
talking
sir,
about.
I am.
1 second, T. 1 second, T. Love America.
Yeah.
They won't ever. Just go on and jump, babe.
T, can you hear me?
They'll gang up on you just like they did. So
Okay. Love
There we go.
America.
Yeah. What's the question at hand?
The question at hand is the camera a weapon?
Yeah, if you throw it at somebody.
I'm
Come
sorry.
on, man.
Well, no, cameras are necessary because they capture lies and they capture the truth. But with the way technology is working now with AI, you don't even know what's true and what's not. You know,
Hmm.
If you ain't
sometimes
got no soul,
I mean, what it doesn't matter, soulless or not. The world is
I think
changing.
I think
People
to
are
me,
not.
I can kind of always tell when something is AI or
Yeah,
not. There's
but
still a
it's getting
certain look, a
better.
certain filter. There's
It's
still a
getting
certain way
keyword,
you can tell when something is AI, though.
But do you understand that how people
Yeah,
keyword.
it's not
do
gonna
you
be that
understand?
way in about another 10 years.
Do
I
you
don't
do you
know. I don't
understand
know.
You
that?
We don't
can
know if
see
it
it
can ever
because you're
truly
smart.
replicate reality.
Do you see how
I
many
want to
dummies
speak.
is on this page?
How
You
many?
can see it.
how
But
many?
do
Right.
you see how
Have you
many
How
noticed?
many?
idiots
He
are
said,
on
how
this
many?
page?
How many?
Have you noticed that
How many? Because
Y'all
I
are
only see
technology
ridiculous,
has
one.
man.
gotten better, but people have not?
Say that again. Wait, that was kind of profound. Say that again.
Technology is getting better day by day, but people are not,
Oh, don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't
I
especially
do
mean,
the
you
that.
can see it
blacks.
from this
What
page.
do you mean?
All
Wait,
Yes,
these
what do you
people
mean?
on
We're
this
not going to be
page
the top of the food chain
he said
that
it
I'm
anymore?
not
perfectly.
What do you
disrespectful.
mean?
No,
Well,
we're not.
He said it
let,
And I'm
perfectly.
not
hey,
being
Love America.
disrespectful.
What are you
But you can
saying?
tell by this page
Hey,
Penny,
right
like
here.
with
listen
the
to
food,
T.
Hold
can you
on.
give me
Listen
a
to
He said
minute
it
T.
in the box
perfectly
or
though.
2 minutes in the box so I can explain?
That's why we're not getting better,
Go ahead.
because
Who was that? I'm
technology is
sorry.
better.
1 second. 1
Love
second. Go ahead.
I'm Love
2 minutes. Go
America.
on.
Can I
Two
have 2
minutes.
minutes? All right, uninterrupted. I feel like technology has gotten better, but we as human society have not. I believe the black community has gotten worse than it's ever been in the last 70 years, even
Mm,
after the civil rights movement, because the civil rights movement was made to
mm.
destroy the black community because they gave them welfare and they gave them all these things to not have a husband and not have a man in the house. But yet the blacks love to blame white people, which is stupid because we're not progressing. Have you noticed predominantly?
What does this have to do with the topic?
Okay, you about to get on the back
Because
of
Yes,
the
I
somebody
bus
told
agree
me
here.
to
with
explain.
what Love America was saying. The better technology gets, the worse we get. That's
Yes.
my point.
And the blacks are not getting any better
He's
because the
just, but look at
blacks.
his profile picture. He's just using this as
So
an
what? Look
excuse
at
to
your
talk
profile
shit about
picture.
black people.
Okay.
Look at your profile
Oh
His
picture.
yeah,
profile picture
you
is of the
gonna get
dude from
down, buddy. I'm
Django.
starting to look at
So
you
what?
funny.
Yes,
This
obviously
is the
we know
reason
what
why
that dude from
you're
Django.
not
Did you
giving me a
just
We
say
You're
know
minute.
what
not
so
that
what?
dude
African
from Django
American.
was.
Where are
Did you
you
just say
from?
so what? Did
Yeah.
you just
So
say
what?
so what?
Yeah, I did. So
Okay, yeah.
what?
So you don't need to be up here.
Why
You
So
not?
need
he
to find
he's
a like
specifically
you need to
using this
find a
as a
like-minded
platform to
Why
come at
can't you
you.
community.
handle the
You need to
conversation?
find a
Why do you have so
like-minded
much anger
community
in
to
you?
have a dissertation
Why
with.
do you have so
He's
much
just
anger in you?
trolling.
Why don't
He's
let
just
me
You
trolling
need
explain?
to
as an
have a
excuse to
you
come
need to
up and
find
talk
a
shit about black
I'm
people.
not.
like-minded
I'm
community
not trolling.
to
I'm
have a
giving you a
dissertation with.
proper reason.
You need a like-minded
Yes,
community to
buddy. I
find a
didn't know you
dissertation
were
with.
All right.
black.
So what kind
Hey,
of
girl,
minded
child, he
community
tried
is
to have
this?
I
Samuel
said
Jackson up there.
like-minded,
Okay.
like-minded.
And what kind of minded is this?
If you would like to attack some BLKs, go
But
somewhere
but black
else.
people are.
Okay.
What have black people done for
Nobody cares
society?
anymore what you
What
think
has the
about black
blacks done
people.
for
Whatever
society?
you think about black people belongs in a
I'm
But
different
it's the
dead
truth,
off
though.
conversation.
the Samuel
Tell
L.
me how I'm
Jackson
lying.
Man, let me tell you
profile,
something.
buddy.
Opinion.
Listen,
Can you drop
man,
him or
hey,
you
hey,
gonna
That
listen,
let him
shit
rock
is
with it?
drop.
funny as
You might
fuck.
want to drop drop. You might want to drop before you get roasted.
You could hear in his
Ooh,
voice that
Joe,
was
not the
somebody
my
that knew he
cackling.
was
Lord.
mad about
And
that
Listen,
not
comment.
with the
I
Samuel L.
I only
Jackson
agreed about
profile,
the part
buddy.
when he said that the better technology gets, the worse we get. That's perfectly said. I agree with that part. Um, better it gets, the worse we get. It destroys us. It was
I
designed to
agree.
do that.
I agree with
It's
the.
not
I
just
agree with the
it's
sentiment
not
that the
just
Where
the
you
work.
generations
from?
get weaker but wiser. I agree that with sentiment that the generations get weaker but wiser. But that's why we have a lot of these inventions and different forms of technology, because we have grown the wiser. You know what I'm saying? But weaker, because we keep inventing things to do work for us.
Yes, which
Wait a minute. Where
inherently
are you
destroys
from,
us.
dear? Chris Paul. Where are you from, dear?
I'm from the West, like you are. I'm from the Americas.
What
Americas.
part? Oh, you're from
He's,
America.
he's from the
What part
islands.
of
He's from
Americas?
the
I'm from
islands.
the Americas, but I'm not American. I'm Jamaican.
Okay. Oh, you're Jamaican. Oh. Is it true that before you guys come in the United States of America, that you guys are taught to not like us?
To not like who exactly? Who per se? A certain race or a certain country, their demographic?
Buddy,
What do you mean?
you know who I'm talking
He's
about.
talking about Black Americans. You
Black
know.
Oh,
Americans, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. Don't play with me.
I don't know. What are you? What? I don't know. We in Jamaica we were
Oh,
taught
you don't know in
differently.
Jamaica? That's a
No,
lie.
listen. Who hate who? What? Help me understand, please. I literally don't know.
You
Okay.
see why
You
how he's
finna play
playing
the
silly
Mickey
right now.
Mouse
He
show.
knows.
I
He
don't know.
knows.
That was kind of a
Yeah,
straightforward
he
That's a
know
question.
Mickey Mouse
exactly
show.
what the
Yeah,
hell
I
I'm
don't
talking
know.
about.
No, that was a
Who taught?
straightforward question, Chris.
Magnificent.
It
She
really
said,
was, though.
"I'm an honest guy, bro." She
I
said,
don't
"Like who?"
necessarily like her
Uh,
or dislike her, but she asked you a straightforward question.
Listen
she
to him.
said,
He's laughing as he's trying not to answer. He
Yeah,
Because
you
knows.
he
start stuttering
knows.
"Bro,
Yeah, he
immediately.
knows. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, you
bro,
start stuttering immediately, bro.
bro." I swear to God,
Yeah,
who are
we can smell you. We can smell you, bro.
this is
Yeah.
so funny
Oh
because I'm being
God.
very
It
All
is,
we're
serious.
because
asking
what's
is the
funny
truth,
about it is
babe.
that you haven't
Yes.
answered the question.
T, ask me again, T. Please ask me again. Yeah,
In
please.
your
But
country, before you come over
that
and
shows why he
arrive
thinks he.
Yes, in my
in
country.
the
Go ahead.
United States of America, are you
Oh,
already told
yeah.
not to trust African or Black folk that res-
I
You're
didn't hear
breaking
the
up.
last part.
T, you there,
You
T?
know what the hell
You
I'm
know who
talking
she's
about,
talking
boo.
about, bro. You stop
You
playing,
know
bro.
what the
You
hell
know
I'm
who she's
talking
talking
about.
about.
I didn't hear the last part.
Us, bro.
I
What they
feel like
call the
that's
Black
irrelevant.
American, what
Okay.
they call the African
No,
He
no,
know
they
American.
what
didn't
we
teach
Be
us.
talking
African
about.
Americans.
No, they didn't teach us that, bro. That's why I
That's
was
Get
saying
irrelevant
out of
it was
anyway.
here.
We
about.
don't
Hold
Let
Let
care.
me
me
on,
ask,
tell you
hold
how
on.
I
okay.
I
know.
don't
How
care.
What
about
are you
this? Let me
saying?
land my
Why
plane
would
right
we
here,
hate our
buddy.
own?
First off, babe, I married someone from the
Who's Jamaican?
islands. Okay?
Who's Jamaican?
Bahamian, but from the islands. Oh,
Everyone knows
don't play with
Bahamians are
me.
gay.
Don't.
What are you
Don't try to
I
talking
wiggle
about?
promise
out,
you,
bro, because y'all
you
gonna say
don't
y'all
want this.
Tainos
You
in,
do
in,
not
in the
want
next
this.
No,
round. In the
No,
next
no.
I'll get with you to the Jamaican, but I'm telling you, I married an
Bahamians support gay
islander,
shit, and we
and
don't.
I
No,
already
don't wiggle,
know.
bro. Don't wiggle.
Yeah, don't wiggle off my tree.
Okay, I'm
Let me
listening.
tell you something.
Mhm.
He already told me I married, and not just the islanders, but people abroad. They are taught before they even come into the United States of America not to trust us, not to like us, that we're stupid, and it appears even in workplaces. We
I
already know
disagree.
what's set
No,
up.
not in
Okay,
Jamaica.
wait a
Not
minute.
in Jamaica.
No. Well, you'll be the only person
Bro,
on earth that disagree.
we have
Okay?
hundreds of
My
beautiful women
husband
in their
told
20s and
me
30s
that.
who
All
are black
right? Wait a
Americans who
minute.
come
Hold
here.
on.
And guys too. What are you
And
talking about? We
he
don't.
already said he was
Okay,
more
Go on and get
intelligent
him,
than
that's
anyone in
Johnny.
this conversation. So that makes
Get
sense
him.
why
the amount
you
of
would think that.
tourists, the amount of tourists
Get
that you
him.
got, the amount of tourism that you
He's
guys get, it
crazy and
has
he knows it.
nothing to do with it. Okay, so look, are you African? Or do you believe in the out of Africa theory?
The Out Africa theory about the triangular slave trade.
Are you guys? Do you guys have African descent? Straightforward. Do you believe that you guys have African descent?
Of course.
Man, see, exactly. Now, so first of all, you're lying when you say that there
Ab-
is no indoctrination from
I
because
didn't.
I wait,
What?
hold on. The
What are you
majority,
saying? I didn't lie about
hold
anything.
on, Chris, because I asked you not to wiggle. The
I'm not wiggling
90%,
out of
hold
anything.
on, bro. That's why you don't want to hear me say it.
Right.
Go
90,
ahead,
90,
fine, but
bro,
don't say I'm lying.
Get
bro,
him, boy.
bro,
Nah, he
bro.
wiggling.
When you was talking that stuff, you was talking. I, as a
Get him,
moderator, got
baby.
everybody quiet to listen to
Okay,
you. Now,
okay.
bro, you're gonna have to take this one.
But you got some land in the
90%
world
of
over there.
y'all, 90% of the people from the Caribbeans and all of that are actual Americans that fled to those places, and you guys were taught that you came from Africa.
Yes, that
So
part was
okay,
true.
hold on. So during a time in America where we are standing up and saying, "Hey, we actually was already here in America," we also have to deal with you guys who have been where you are for so long that you forgot you were from America. But you started it
Well,
off by hold on. You started
I
it
don't
off
know
by
about
saying
that,
you're
but
from the
I look into it.
Americas.
I
You
look
you
into it.
started off you started off
Yeah,
by saying you're from the Americas.
of course I am. I was born in
Okay,
Jamaica, so I'm from the
but we
Americas.
also have to deal
I'm
with the
from the North
diaspora
American
of the
continent.
indoctrination.
But you
We
don't
also
like
have
us.
to deal with the indoctrination that you guys were taught because you guys were taught that you were from Africa and you guys are actually the descendants of the people who fled America.
Well, I have no proof of that, so I
I
cannot
do.
say on that. I have no proof.
Can I interject one
I
time?
do.
Gotta dumb it down. Gotta dumb it down.
Go
Can
ahead,
I
L. Go
interject
ahead,
one
L.
time? Because I think this
Go ahead,
conversation
L.
is irrelevant anyway. I don't give a fuck who don't like me. But anyway, back to what they talking about black people haven't contributed to society.
You went on teacup. You might have got a call. See if he comes back.
Yeah, so
You said
when he
what
comes
now?
back, he can
You
have
back,
a go.
L?
But
Oh,
I
I
was
went
Okay,
out.
saying,
here
okay,
he is. Here
I
he
right?
is,
went out.
Chris. I'll come right to you, Chris. Go ahead, L.
Oh, black people created the dryer, the IBM computer, the 3 light, screen. I'm gonna say red light, the 3 lights. They created what else? The phone.
The traffic system.
Yeah, the traffic system, the phone, electric phone. Like they created modern day technology. It's just in the background, and white people getting the credit. You already know that. The black woman wrote the Matrix. Everybody
Man,
go to the
that
Matrix for
list
information.
way longer than that.
Yeah, it way long. That's all I can think of right now. But black people still
Everything.
contributed to society.
We invented textiles. They learned how to do textiles by watching us weave up our chieftain hats with the feathers in it, because that's what textile is. You got to weave two different types of materials together or whatever in order for it to be a textile. They learned that from us. They learned the milk and planting system from us. They learned how to irrigate from us. They learned how to dig trenches and tunneling systems from us. They
From
learned how
us.
to everything. It's
Yeah,
not anything that was that
they just
Nah, you was huffing.
recreated.
You was huffing. I was just about to join in with you.
Ooh,
They
man.
recreated
You
what
already
we
know, opinion.
already
I go
created.
way deep.
That's all.
I
Yes,
love these guys on this
You was
app.
getting that for us. That for us had us. You had us on that for us. You could
yes,
do a whole
opinion,
sermon on the for us.
But you come
yes,
over
and
here
opinion. What
and
I
you
was
try
saying
to
earlier was
discount
that
our brothers, buddy. You
something.
better get the hell off my phone. And you know it. And try to act
Whoa.
like, oh my
Who is she
God, what are you
talking to?
talking about?
And a
You
black man
already
had the
know
What
what
are
the
you
first
hell we're
saying,
successful
talking
T?
open
about.
T,
heart
listen,
surgery.
listen. T,
Open
you
heart
don't know
surgery. Yep.
me. You don't know me. We don't grow up
No,
in
I do
Jamaica.
know you, buddy.
We're different. We have our own tongue. We have our own
We're
language.
right,
We have our own
yeah.
culture.
Okay, so what you got?
We're not.
So why you
I
over
don't
here?
know
So
what you're
why you
talking
over
about.
here?
You're
Wait,
asking
first
when.
off, why are you over here if you
Yeah.
got your own and everything's great and you could just jump through the tulips? Why are you over
What are you
here?
saying?
And
Jump
answer me
through
on
the
my phone.
tulips.
Oh boy. Anyways,
Go jump
opinion.
through the
What I wanted to
tulips.
say, opinion, right, was
For real.
yes. So
Go ahead, Chris.
something
Go ahead,
that
Chris.
thing that came here,
He
the
know
thing
they
that
talk
came
about
here.
us. My
One
husband
sec,
was
T.
away and
One
he
sec,
told
T.
me,
Let him go ahead. One sec, T.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Chris.
she's messing up my chain of thought. But my point is this real quick, opinion, right? Whatever came here and is against us also taught us good things, because Egypt is a spitting image of that. I've studied Egyptian knowledge quite
Egypt,
a
what
bit,
Egypt? Which Egypt?
and I'm telling you,
Which
Kemet,
Egypt?
Kemet, Cairo.
Where?
Yeah,
Where is Kemet?
I know.
Where
Hold
is
on,
Kemet? No, bro.
hold
Here you
on.
go again,
Bro,
bro. You
Jesus
are
Christ.
proving to
He's
the whole
trying.
world, bro, that you do not know what you're
Hold
talking
on,
about.
hold
No,
on. He's
bro.
trying to say that
Bro,
because more
what is
pyramids
Kemet?
are in
What is
America,
Kemet,
that
bro?
America
Bro,
is
what is
original
Kemet?
Egypt.
It's a really
America
simple
is
question.
not original
Bro,
Egypt.
bro, I'm not
America
trying to take
is
over. I want to do this with you. What is Kemet?
okay.
What is Kemet?
Kemet is the land of
You are
next to
wrong,
hold
sir.
on.
You
Let
are
me
wrong,
speak.
sir.
Kemet
Sir,
is the
you are
land next to
wrong. No, let's
Samaria.
do it together.
It's
Let's do
in
it together.
Cairo.
No,
Hold on.
let's do it
How
together,
can you
bro.
tell me that?
Bro,
Guy,
stop losing your
Let
cool,
him
bro.
what?
speak. Let him
Let
speak.
me
Let's
speak.
do it together.
Yes, my point is
Kemet is a
this.
science. Kemet is a
Okay, okay,
science.
hold on, buddy. We
Listen,
got you, King.
listen.
Let's
Hold
hear
on.
what he has to
He
respond
already
to.
Yeah.
wrong.
No, listen.
Okay, well,
Kemet is the name of
let's
the
see.
land. Alchemy is the name of the study that they do. They also did astrology.
Man, that is wrong.
But you don't know anything. Anyways, my point
First
is
of all,
this.
not only do I know everything,
Egypt, you
unlike
don't know
you, I
anything.
will put
You
all
don't
of the
know
proof on the
anything.
screen.
You
Bro,
don't
I'm
know.
gonna put all the proof on the
You don't
screen.
know. I have other evidence to back what I'm saying. I know you don't have. Anyways, my point is this. Kemet, which is modern day Egypt, is the center of all the landmass on the planet. That's why when these beings came down, they chose to settle there because it's a center of all landmass. After that, they then went to the Americas to create more pyramids. More pyramids are in the Americas than in Egypt. So this guy here, Magnificent, believes because more pyramids are in the Americas that they came to the Americas
The
first.
America
But
pyramid
they
older
didn't.
than the one in
Africa
Cairo
is the
or
only
Giza.
continent that is rooted to the earth. It cannot be moved. All other continents can be moved. And when the magnetic pole shift happens, which is 30 years from now, all continents will move around Africa. So we'll have a
Bro,
different
Are you
America had the
are you
oldest
That's another
saying
Okay,
story.
okay, hold
pyramid.
on. I
That's
let him talk,
another
y'all.
story.
I
My
let him
point
talk,
is,
y'all.
I
I let
know
him
what I'm
talk, y'all.
saying.
I let him talk.
What
I
you're
let him
showing
talk.
has no evidence to back it. Where's the evidence to back
America
what
Okay,
you're
had
saying?
the
Chris.
It's just a
oldest
Okay,
document.
Chris.
pyramid on the planet, bro.
Okay,
It's
Chris.
just a document. What
Chris.
other? Give me
Chris,
some
control
practical
yourself, bro.
evidence.
You crashing out. Control yourself, bro.
I'm not crashing out. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
I
just
gave
saying
you. You had your turn, bro.
I don't
Okay,
want to see documents.
bro. I know
Show me
you
other
don't,
proof with
bro.
documents.
Can you please control yourself?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
This symbol right here that you see dead in the middle of the screen, it's talking about the Americas. You see that symbol in the middle of the two things that look like
How
breasts?
do you
That's
know?
the US, bro.
Do you study
Don't,
symbology?
bro. I'm not trying
Do
to
you study
overtalk you,
symbology? How do you
bro.
know?
Can you
Man, shut
please
the hell
control
up
yourself?
Okay,
and
go ahead.
learn something.
One at a time, Chris. One at a time. Here we go.
The symbol in the middle is showing you the Yucatan Peninsula, and the two bulges on the side is South America and North America. That's why the Americas actually sit out of the water higher than Africa, because it was out of the water first. Then on top of that, you talking about Kemet, and you trying to say that Kemet or whatever is a land when it's not. It's not. It's talking about a process. Okay, and I'm gonna
It's a
show you
land.
that. No, hold on, bro. Golly, man. You ain't got no
But that's what
patience.
it was called.
You just want to seem
Kemet.
right, bro. Bro,
No, I
chill.
know what I'm telling
Bro,
you.
can you please chill, bro? Can you please
Okay, go
chill?
ahead.
Okay?
Go ahead.
The milk planting system was invented in America. It was not invented in Africa. Y'all don't even
Lies,
have the type.
lies,
Excuse
lies.
me, sir. Excuse me. If Africa was this place, they would have the black lands like North and South America.
Africa
In
has
which,
the emerald
excuse me,
tablets of
sir,
stone.
that's why you don't want me to
Emerald
talk.
tablets.
Bro,
That's
that's why
right.
you don't
You
want
need
me
to
to talk.
hush, buddy.
That's why you
Chris,
don't want me to talk.
relax.
What you're saying
Relax.
isn't
Bro,
on.
Yeah,
that's
but
why
I
you don't
need
want me
you
to
to
No,
talk,
no.
bro.
relax. Okay,
It's
well
not
then you can
You
facts.
can
talk
talk
after
after I
he's
get done,
finished.
Okay,
bro.
okay.
You
You
After.
can
need to
All
talk
right.
after I
relax,
get
Chris.
done, bro.
Okay,
You can talk
okay.
after I
After.
get done. You can talk
After.
when I
Okay.
get done.
Okay.
Africa
Okay.
has yet to prove that they can feed the world because they don't know how to create Kemet. They was shown how to create Kemet, which is turning the terra firma into the terra preta. Y'all still not doing that. Not only that, y'all only got about 70 some rivers to y'all whole continent. 54 countries and y'all only got like 70 rivers. Okay,
Facts.
the Nile River of the Mississippi River alone, it swamps you guys. It swamps you guys, and that's just the Mississippi River
The
basin.
Nile River is
Okay,
the longest river in the world.
we got over
Relax.
6,000. We got over 6,000 1,000 rivers. Okay, and
Fact.
you guys
Big
did.
fact.
You guys, Africa is not the home of cotton. In which those are the type things that started your textile industry. Africa is not the home of corn, and you see corn all over the walls. It's not the home of maize. Okay, you guys didn't have that. And furthermore, slavery and all of that stuff started over there in Turkey and North Africa and all of that kind of stuff. It didn't start in America. Furthermore, it was the Moors who went over there to help build up Africa and Turkey and Scandinavia and Yugoslavia and all of that kind of stuff. And it's people like you that have been indoctrinated or whatever to believe that everybody comes out of Africa. You already said you believe in the out of
I
Africa
don't believe
theory.
anything. I
What
don't
you
believe
want to
anything.
do
I
is you
know
want to
or I
try to
don't know.
convince everybody that
You
that's
don't
the
know, bro.
motherland because it supports your theory that
I
everybody
know
comes out of
that
Africa.
Kemet
And you don't even know
was the
simple
first
stuff. You don't even
civilization.
know simple stuff like the reason why you have a
Boy.
culture called the Olmecs
Are
is
you
because
finished?
Keep
America and
going.
Africa was split for over 10,000 years.
Are you
America
finished?
progressed while Africa went into the Stone Age. Y'all, if
Are
you
you
all you
finished?
gotta do is look it up. You guys experienced the ice
Are
age
you
over there
finished?
while we was out of the water farming.
Are you finished?
Fact. Big fact.
Oh,
Bro, you
Yes.
baby,
can't
you
eat me
did.
on no
You
day.
did. Oh, you.
Is it my time now?
Ooh,
You
wee.
gotta learn,
Great
bro. Shut
job.
up and
Go
learn.
ahead,
And
Chris. Go
Chris,
ahead, Chris.
wait a
Okay,
minute, honey.
Chris.
Wait a
Okay.
Chris,
minute.
your
Wait a
rebuttal,
minute.
Chris.
Chris,
Yes. So, first things first, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth are the
great
oldest
job, baby.
known symbolism to man that
And
was
they come
found
out
in
of South America,
Jesus
bro.
Christ. Hold on. It came from Africa, Kemet, and
Man, liar.
Samaria.
The Temple of the Sun is
Kemet
in South
and
America.
Jesus Christ.
Thoth
Bro, I let you go.
is also
I let,
Quetzalcoatl.
oh
Thoth
boy.
is also
One at a time,
I
Kukulkan.
let
guys.
you
All of
finish.
that is South
One at a time,
American
guys.
knowledge.
Mag,
Bro,
let him land it, Mag. Go ahead, Chris.
yes. So, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth are the oldest known symbolism or language known to man. Every single civilization currently, don't care how far you want to go back, know that Egypt or Kemet and Sumeria, which were right beside each other, are the first civilizations to ever record any form of history, language, anything. How do we know this? It's because when these beings came down, they taught the Sumerians language. Before the Sumerians, there were no language. We weren't that aware. We didn't know what knowledge was. We were Homo sapiens, kind of like gorillas, right? Still eating
You was.
foliage. My point is this: when these beings came down, they gave us the knowledge of astrology, astronomy, so we knew and understood where we came from. They enlightened us, and they came to Sumeria and Kemet, aka Egypt.
That's
The,
an indoctrination.
the Nile River is the longest river in the world. It carries the most water. It transports the most water
What the
around the
fuck?
world than any other river. The Egyptians couldn't run out of water. The Khufu pyramid, which you know nothing about, is
You also know nothing
exactly
about
lined up.
cargo coders.
Hold on. You know nothing about the pyramids. They
Oh,
I
wow.
do. I know
pyramids,
that a
especially
pyramid
these
is the
are. Hold
second
on.
one. A
Will you
pyramid
hold
is an
on?
Let him
artificial
land. 1
mound.
second, guys. 1 second. Let him land. Go ahead.
Yes. So the three main pyramids in Egypt were purposely in line. They were built in line with the Orion Belt. Why was that done? Was because the Orion Belt has the star Sirius, which Sirius is what our solar system orbits every couple million years. It orbits it. When they connect them with Sirius, the pyramids were so tall that light from Sirius could be seen clearly when you went to the king's chamber in the top of the pyramid. You can't do that anywhere on earth because nowhere on the earth is the center of all landmass except for Cairo, Egypt, aka Kemet. And we can go on and on if you want, but I know that you're wrong. You don't know anything. I've
First
heard
of
that
all,
garbage on the internet.
Oh,
I've heard that
wow.
garbage
First
on
of
the
all,
internet
you
so many
showing your
times. But
ignorance.
I
First of all,
know.
you showing your ignorance because all of the mounds are older than
I
all
have
of the
nothing else to
pyramids.
say.
All of the
I have
mounds were
nothing else to
there
say.
before all of the pyramids. All of those
You're
alignments
arguing
that you
with
was
yourself.
talking
I
about,
have nothing else
the
to say.
mounds
Ooh,
are
wee.
aligned like all of those. Secondly, you don't know that a pyramid itself is an artificial mound. A pyramid is an artificial mound. That means the mounds came first. Let me show you some more illustrations since you don't know, and I
Uh-oh.
will show you. Let me show you some more illustrations
Go
because you
on, baby.
obviously don't know.
The two
You sitting there
Arabs
talking
was
about some pyramid.
How did we go from
A
cameras to this
pyramid has
conversation?
always
Yes,
been
I see
called
he's
a
finished.
pyramid has
I
always
have
been
nothing more to
called
say.
an artifice mound. It always has been called an artifice mound. The mounds were in America long before the pyramids. Even when you brought up Toph,
Oh,
Toph
he's
lived
still
in a
talking.
listen, bro. Toph lived in South America. He is Quetzalcoatl, the winged serpent,
Jesus
and he was
Christ.
told, listen, you're
You
not
know
listening.
nothing. You
You're
know
not
nothing.
listening. You're
You
not
believe things. You
listening,
know
Yeah,
nothing.
they don't
bro.
want to listen.
I've heard.
Bro, you got cognitive dissonance,
Yeah, I was just
okay?
about to say that,
Toph
bro.
was told to go across the waters to the land of the hairy barbarians, which that
Mm,
land is Africa, okay? And
very
he was told to
barbarian.
build Egypt again for the second time. You don't even understand that. That's why the pyramids that's in South America is still standing,
Facts.
and those artificial ones are falling apart. It happened in America first, bro. And there's nothing you could tell me that's gonna change my mind because you have a
Oh God, I
disconnect
love
and your
this guy.
genetics don't allow you to see it, bro. And that's what's going on with you, bro.
My point is this.
The mounds are not only way older,
Uh,
they map out way more star
no,
systems than the
no,
pyramids
no.
do.
Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope,
You can
nope.
say no, no,
The
no all
first
you want. That's your
civilization, bro.
cognitive
I'm give
dissonance speaking.
the first civilization. I don't
All you
have
gotta do
cognitive
is look it up, bro.
dissonance.
A
I don't have
pyramid
that.
is an
I don't need.
artificial
Listen,
mound.
I don't need to look it up to
Listen,
know that
what do you have
they
to do
aren't the
before you
first
build a pyramid?
civilizations on the planet.
You have to heap up the
Africa
dirt
was where
in
life was
mounds, don't you?
seeded.
Before you could build
It,
a pyramid, you would have to heap up
what
the
are
dirt
you
in
saying?
mounds.
What are you
Before
saying?
you can build any
Whoever built the
pyramid, you
pyramids
would
are
have to
not.
heap up the dirt
Whoever
in mounds.
whoever
You
built the
cannot build
pyramids are not
anything unless you heap
human.
up the dirt in
They're not
mounds.
human. The
Bro, you
humans
got
aren't. They aren't
cognitive dissonance,
human.
bro.
They don't do
All
things
you gotta
like
do is
we
check
do.
it for yourself. Every
What
last
I
one of the
don't need
mounds
to
over
check.
here line up better than the pyramids do over there. Your cognitive dissonance is not allowing you to see that a pyramid is an artificial
Why
mound.
am I?
You claim you read the Emerald
Why
Tablets
am
of
I being
Talk,
muted?
but you claim you read the Emerald Tablets of Talk, but
I
all
didn't
you got to
say
do
I
is
read
look
the
at
Emerald
no,
Tablets of
don't try
Stone.
to interrupt me. All you
That's not
got
what
to
I
do
said.
is look. Read it again. They
That's
had
what
a
I'm
whole
saying. I said
WAR.
the Emerald
Man, bro, you
I
trying to
said the
you
Emerald
try. The
Tablets
only reason
were
that you
found
trying to
in
talk
pyramids.
right now is because you're trying to make yourself appear to be more intelligent.
No,
But
but
this
I
is
am
not
more
about
intelligent.
intelligence. This is
But I
not
am
about
more
intelligence.
intelligent
This is
and
about
knowledgeable.
what the actual book that you brought up says.
I
The book that you
I
brought
didn't
up.
read. I
The
didn't
book
say I
that you
read the
brought up,
Emerald Tablets of Stone.
bro. You
I
All
sound
right,
like a
said they
guys.
were
child.
All
found
right,
in
check it out.
Africa.
Check it out, guys. Check it out. Check it out. I want to bring original Pan Aborigine into the conversation, just to give us a little sharp left turn. Original, you there? Original, teacupping. Okay.
He know I'm on his head opinion because he can't explain that. He cannot explain the mounds. Listen,
I
the
love
most
this.
striking evidence is that a
First
pyramid
off, my
itself is
hat's
an
off
artificial
No,
key.
that's
mound.
not the most striking evidence. The most
A
striking evidence
pyramid
is
is
that
an artificial
Egypt
mound.
and Sumeria had language. They came with
Let me
language,
okay. If you
astronomy,
be quiet for a minute,
alchemy. They came with it
I'm gonna
It's
tell
because
what.
observation.
Hey, listen, Chris. If you mute up, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Some
no, you
people are,
can't tell me what
bro.
happened.
Okay,
You
well, don't
cannot.
listen then. Just mute up.
I'm
Don't
not
listen,
listening.
bro.
Okay,
Don't
sure.
listen.
I
But
won't
mute
listen
up.
then.
Mute
Okay.
up, bro. Mute up, bro. See, people need to understand that people over in Africa, they never see planes take off when they take off from America. So for them to say that beings came from out of the clouds, if people are standing on the ground over in Africa right now and we take off in a plane and then we land over there, they're going to say we came from out of the clouds. And that's what the story says. But those people did not know that the ancient Americans already had the ability and the power of flight. And I can show you more images that prove the Americans have the ability and the power of flight. They were already doing it because they etched things into their landscape or whatever because they were already flying. They were already proving that they had flight. That's why they etched it into the landscape. Now, later on, those Americans who were separated from everybody else, they flew. over to Africa, and they took their knowledge of sciences, agriculture, mathematics, even religious principles and solar principles. They took that knowledge over there and they took it to those people. And guess what? You can't find any proof that Africans did that, but there is overwhelming proof that the ancient Americans did that.
Oh boy, are you married?
Now let me speak on that
Yes, this
Orion
guy still doesn't know what he's
alignment
saying.
of
That's my
Orion.
opinion.
You wish I didn't know what I was saying.
I know that you
I
don't know
love
what you're
it.
saying.
When it comes to the alignment of the pyramid with Orion, that's all about perspective. Yeah,
No, it's not perspective.
yes, it is, bro.
Nowhere
I'm an
else on earth
astrologer. I
that
am an
cannot be done.
astrologer.
Nowhere
I
else
ain't
on
no,
earth.
I don't just talk.
You understand geometry, sir?
Great
I
You
bet you
job.
don't.
understand
Great
You
job.
astrology?
understand astronomy? I've
I
studied
just
astrology
said
for
I'm
5
astrologer,
years.
bro.
I know what I'm
Do you
saying.
know what astrology is?
Of course, I know what astrology is. I've studied
Okay,
for
then.
5
So
years.
listen, be quiet.
Do you know? I bet you don't.
I'm finna tell your dumb ass, nigga, shut up.
Your language is
Yeah, just be
tells
quiet.
me, you know.
Bro, that's why you try to interrupt
Your
everybody,
Be
bro.
indoctrination is
respectful.
ignorance, bro.
Okay, we one at a time, guys. Go ahead, El.
Right. Every constellation, every star, you got a northern hemisphere, you got a western hemisphere.
What's the difference between a constellation and a
Southern
star?
hemisphere. If we look at the constellation of Orion, they're gonna see the reverse image in the southern hemisphere. So both hemispheres can align with the same constellation. That
And that
debunks
is
your
why Kemet is the center of all land mass.
no, you can
Do you
align the
understand?
same way in different hemispheres. It's just
That's why
different
they did it. They put it in the
perspectives.
center of all land mass so it could line up with the three stars in Orion's
That's
belt.
what I'm trying to
The
tell
Same
you.
temple
entire
of the
We can do
sun
the
constellation.
is in
same
South
thing over here.
America, not
The
Africa.
same star, the same constellation. We can
Well,
do it
there are
over
specific
here.
stars that they want to align with, and they can only align with the three most powerful stars in Orion unless they went to the center of our landmass, which is Kemet.
No. Did you just hear
Kemet.
anything I just said?
Kemet. What you're saying is false. I know.
Man, you don't
But
know shit about the star. You just talking
I
about some
know.
shit you read
I
in the
know
book, bro.
astrology. What's the difference between a constellation and a star? How does it affect us? What does astrology
I ain't
even?
even finna get into that, cause
You can't get into it because you
how
know
I can't. I'm
nothing.
an astrologer. I've been doing it for 10 years, bro. You just
Okay, then
repeat it. That ain't got nothing to do with what
Okay,
I'm
you're an
talking about.
astrologer. What sign is the moon exalted in? I'm giving you 3 seconds. What sign is moon exalted
Man,
in?
you can't
1,
test my knowledge, bro.
2,
You don't even
3.
do
You
charts or
don't
nothing.
know.
You
You don't know
don't.
anything
I do
about
charts
What does
daily.
exaltation mean? I'm giving you 5 seconds. Exaltation in astrology. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't know anything about astrology.
I'll
You
let
know
you think
nothing.
that. I ain't got nothing to prove to you,
What is
bro.
an exaltation? He must be googling it right now.
I
You
ain't
don't know what
googling
an
shit. I'm
exaltation
eating.
is.
That's
What's a
hilarious.
detriment?
The moon
What's a
is
detriment in
already in
astrology?
Taurus, bro. Come on, man. I know this.
What is a detriment in astrology?
Don't
What
worry
is it?
about it. We ain't here
You
trying to
don't
break
know
down
anything
astrology.
about astrology, sir. That's my point.
Man,
That's
suck
the
on these
opinion.
nuts, nigga.
That's
You
the
just
problem I
talk.
have
You
with
a
these
capper, man.
guys.
I ain't come on here to explain astrology.
You don't know any. You said you study
How you gonna
astrology.
tell
What
me
is a
what I don't
detriment in
know?
astrology?
I don't never prove my knowledge to
You don't know
idiots
anything
anyway.
about astrology then. What is a degree? What is a degree in astrology? How many degrees make up a sign? You don't
Man,
know.
that
How many
shit so
degrees does the sun?
that's
How many degrees
kindergarten
does the sun have
astrology.
to move in order to make up a sign? The sun has to
Man,
move.
I know
One
every
See,
degree.
answer to your
see,
question, but
One
I
degree
refuse to go
is
to your
one
this is
level
day.
of
how
Guys,
consciousness,
listen.
bro.
Guys,
this is
listen. In
how this
astrology,
is how the
1
Africans
degree
do you.
is 1 day.
This is how
1
the
degree is
Africans
No,
do
1 day.
you.
nigga.
So
They
when
One
don't
there's
want to
degree
30
is
team
1
up
days,
with you.
hour,
a
stupid.
They
sign
don't want to team
changes.
up with you in
Due to
order to bring the
astrology.
knowledge out so everybody can see it. They attack you. See, he's coming
What?
with this Africanized
Magnificent.
indoctrination, and
I
he
know
wants
every.
to
No.
I
he
know
wants
all
to
the
put it
answers.
on
I
Magnificent.
refuse to
everybody.
stoop to the
No.
level of consciousness,
No,
bro. I ain't got nothing to
magnificent.
prove to you,
Nah,
bro.
man, you've been sitting in there
Yo,
talking
And
with
he asking
Africans, man.
basic
And
astrology questions, man.
these
everything
What the
that you're
fuck?
guys,
saying,
bro.
everything that you're saying is
He said,
Africanized
That
indoctrination.
what you learn
yo,
when you
this
first start
guy,
practicing astrology. That's the
said
first
he knows
basic step.
astrology. You know nothing.
Man, Chris,
You know
All
nothing.
that
first of
shit
all,
basic. I ain't
Chris,
gotta
These
prove to you
Chris,
that I know
these
the
guys know
basics.
hey, Chris,
nothing.
let me
Yet
bring
they
something
speak.
to your attention, Chris. Let me bring something to your attention.
That basic as fuck,
Look
bro.
above
No, you
your
gotta come
head,
smarter than that.
Chris, look above your
Yes.
head, Mr. Smart
Yes.
Man, and look at them damn coins. If you were so damn smart, people would be gifting you because of the things that you're saying and the knowledge
Oh
that you
well,
have.
I do have a platform.
Yeah,
and people
okay,
do
well,
this
you
thing like
probably
PayPal.
need to take your level of indoctrination to your own platform because people
No, you
not
don't know
believing you
anything.
over
No,
here.
no, you no no no
Hey,
no
listen,
no.
listen,
You're so far
the
gone.
coins, hey, the
You don't know
coins,
anything.
let me tell you
And neither
something,
does
bro.
this guy.
The coins speak
What's
for
his name?
themselves. The
Who was I
coins speak
talking
for
to a while ago?
themselves. The coin,
Is it Elmore?
that's why
Is that his name?
everybody who
Yes,
say
he's
No,
something,
lost.
you
Elmore.
jump in and try to overtalk them.
I've been doing
Yes, no,
probably
but
for
you guys
10
know
years. You
nothing.
asking the most basic shit ever, bro. I
I
would
quiz
never
you
answer
guys,
no
and you guys know
stupid ass
nothing.
basic question.
But you know nothing. You said you knew astrology. You know
Man, see,
nothing.
you came out of your mouth. You
You been
said
saying people don't
that
know nothing the whole
continents
line.
are not connected to the foundational stones, and if they was,
What
they'd
did
be
I say?
floating
Hold on,
away.
hold on. What do you say? I said.
Man,
What
these
do you say?
continents would be crashing into one another if
That's
they
why
were
we have
not
fault
on the
lines. That's
foundations
why we
of the
have
earth
fault
which they
lines.
sit
Fault
on.
lines are what
Man, you
keeps
have
continents
no clue
together,
what you're
sir.
talking about,
You
bro.
don't know
You
Yeah, we
have
anything.
an
don't know what you're talking about.
Africanized, you have
Fault lines.
Africanized indoctrination
Oh,
that you relying
Jesus
on.
Christ. Are you done? Fault lines are what keeps continents together right now. Fault lines.
And
There's what
again, you
hold
sound
us.
African
You
because
see,
you
hold
calling
on.
on Jesus
What are you
Christ. Why
saying?
would you
I just
call on
say it.
Jesus Christ
I just
and
because
further the spell of indoctrination?
we are Jesus.
One at a time, guys. Like, I love the discourse, but like, I can't hear you when you both are going. So let's
Yes.
go,
Because he don't want to
Mag,
listen to
Mag,
learn that. He
Mag,
act like he
Mag.
know
Speak
that.
for a second, then I'm going to go back to Chris right after Mag. Go ahead, Mag.
All right, just for like a couple of seconds, man. Like he's bringing Africanized indoctrination into the picture. He's saying he was from the Americas, but as you notice, he's not studying enough about America itself. He really does think and believe in his heart that Africa has more rivers, a bigger watershed than any of the Americas. And that means that he is very much so disillusioned. He has no clue
Mm.
what he's talking about. This dude has no clue what he's talking about. Like he
My
talking
turn
about
now.
the Nile River is the longest river in the world. Bro, the Nile River got
My
like
turn.
four. The Nile River has like four rivers that branch off from it. The Mississippi has seven. Then look into South America. All you got to do is pick up your own phone and
Tell me
Google
when it's
who
my
has the.
turn.
Listen, see what I mean? You have no discipline whatsoever. And the proof of it is that every time anyone talks,
Magnificent.
you
I'm
want to jump
listening.
in.
Just tell me when you're
No, you're
finished.
not. You can't listen with your two
I'm
lips.
listening.
You got two lips. Put them motherfuckers together
Okay. Okay.
just for a second, okay? A pyramid in totality, a pyramid is an artificial mound. Every single religious text in the world says that it was the ancient Americans who went over there to Africa and to the land of the hairy barbarians to build it up. Okay, that didn't happen over here. Okay, America is called America the Beautiful. Africa is called Skull Island. And I rest.
Okay. Finally. Now, first things first. You can't name me one religious text that claimed America was the first. That's
Yes, I
one.
can.
Two. Hold on. We'll get to that. Oh no. Name me two, and pull up those texts right now and show me where it said that. Just two texts.
You mentioned the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. That's
You sure?
one. Yes, you
No, the
mentioned.
Emerald Tablets of Thought
No,
didn't
you said name
say
two.
that the
You said
Americas
name
were.
two. You
No,
said
no,
name two.
no.
You said
Yeah, I
name
said
two.
that, but
Didn't
Just
you
say
say
he
name
ain't
two?
read
hold,
it.
hold, hold
Didn't you
on.
say name
But he
two?
ain't read it
I
yet, though.
I
hold
know
on.
he ain't never
I
read it.
what?
I know he ain't never
I
read it.
didn't
He
say
brought
I
it
read
up and he
anything.
never read it. And
I
on
didn't
top
say.
of that,
Hold,
the
it's
Mayan
my turn to
Codex.
speak.
You
It's my
shouldn't have
turn to
asked me
speak.
a question. I'm gonna give you
Yes,
the
but
answer. The
but
Emerald
hold
Tablets of
on.
Thoth and the Mayan Codex.
No, hold on. The Emerald Tablets of
You
Thoth
just mad that
didn't
I know.
say the Americas were first. That's a
Yes,
lie.
it did.
That's a show me. Pull it up right now. I'm sure
See,
it's
this
on
is what you try to do
the
to
internet.
people. You've
Pull it
never
up.
read it
Let me
yourself
see
before,
because
and
I
you
know.
want me to show it to you in order to educate
Okay,
you, just like I
go ahead.
did you about
Go ahead.
Kemet, and just like I did you about
No,
the Middle
no, no,
Planet
no.
system, and
You
just
have
like I did you about the Terra Firma versus the Terra Preta.
look.
You don't know, and you
Jesus
come
Christ.
into lives like
Ah,
this
boy.
in order to get some information because you have very limited information to argue with.
Bro, you don't know shit. Leave it
See, you
there.
been
You
saying
don't know
nobody
shit.
don't know
I
shit the
debate
whole
very
time, but
well.
he the
And
You
one
don't
one
that
know
thing
don't
that I
know
shit.
that.
notice
You
about
don't debate
debating,
well.
one thing that I know
You
about
don't
debating
listen
is this:
properly.
I have not kicked any insults of people, and that's the thing
Emerald,
about it. Listen, when you're debating,
um,
you start insulting people when
what
you run out of information, and you
I
haven't heard me
I didn't
insult
run
you
out.
not one time.
I didn't run out of anything, and I didn't insult anyone per se.
You
My
just said
point is
nobody don't
this:
know shit,
the
and you the
Emerald
one don't
Tablets of
know nothing.
Thoth
You
did not
indoctrinated.
say that. He didn't say that. That's one. Anyways,
You ain't never
two.
even
I
read
second.
it.
Hold on. I know what it said. I didn't read it word for word, but
Without reading it,
I
you
have
know
a
what it
I
says.
have
How
a
you gonna
synopsis
know
of
if you
what it
See,
didn't
this
read
said.
is
it?
why nobody
I
should be
have
right.
an
listening to you.
You
hold
know,
This
on.
is
guys, I
exactly
want
why
to
nobody.
listen.
Hold on.
Let Chris reply
Yeah.
to what Magnificent just said. So go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, look, I have a synopsis, a very accurate synopsis or summary of what was said in it. And summary means you take out the key points. And one of the most key point is who settled here first and which land it was. That was
Who it was?
stated in the
Who it was,
Emerald
then?
Tablets of Thoth. And it didn't state that America was where the first establishment was.
Who?
Because when
That's
Thoth came
because they
down here,
left America.
no, what are you saying? What
Let
you're
him land
saying
it. Let
is
him
Who?
land it. Go,
yeah,
Chris.
I'm
Let
about.
him land it. Let him land
yeah,
it.
let me land. Yes. So my point is this, right? He didn't say any of that in the Emerald Tablets of Thought. I have accurate synopsis, very accurate synopsis. Two, it's evident you don't know much about Africa. The fact that you still think the Americas were the first place to settle still tells me that you've been misled heavily. You can say what you want, doesn't matter. The Nile River also, and let me say this again, I've said it before, it's the longest river in the world. It transports the most water over any land in the world. The Egyptians didn't need many rivers, they just needed one, the longest in the world. Two, we still don't see in any text whether it's, he said Jesus, he said the Jesus Christ thing. You know why I said Jesus Christ? Because the ancient Sumerians and Egyptians knew that Christ consciousness is the highest level of intellect or spiritual enlightenment a human being can undergo. They knew that. What the Europeans did was they just turned it into a deity and gave people to worship. But we are Jesus Christ. It's a level of enlightenment when you activate the Kundalini. So I am Jesus Christ. And also, I have a fully activated Kundalini, which gives you access to the highest enlightenment
No,
of
you
the
don't. Quit.
spirit that you can possibly undergo as a human being, which Jesus, quote
Bars.
unquote, if he was real, did, Buddha, etc. That's another story. I know what I'm saying. You don't. You just hear things on the internet. I've heard this garbage before, and I've debunked it before, and I'm doing it again. Say what you want. Doesn't
No,
matter.
you're not. Can I interject?
Go ahead,
You
Al.
don't know anything about astrology. You can't say anything
Man,
because you
shut the
lied
fuck
Hold
about
up,
on,
nigga.
astrology.
I
hold
know what
on.
the fuck
Okay,
I'm talking about. Man, I've
he
been
had
doing
his
this
You
for
lied
turn,
10
about
and he was
years,
astrology.
waiting.
and you asked me basic questions
Let me
about
let
astrology.
L in just real quick. Go ahead, L.
I would never answer a basic question about astrology, and when a person heard me say I've been practicing for 10 years, that means I'm at your low
You're
level of
lying. You
consciousness,
don't know
stupid.
what sign is what
Them
sign
so basic. I
is
refuse to
Jupiter
answer that
exalted
basic
in?
shit,
What
bro.
sign is Jupiter exalted in? It's a simple question. You
I
can't tell
refuse
me
to
you know
answer the
nothing about
basic. That
astrology.
means
You
that
know
let me
nothing.
know that you
Then
just
answer.
started learning
Then
astrology,
give me
bro.
something
If you
hard.
asking
Then yes.
basic question about
Okay.
astrology,
Fine. Since as you know, give me something hard. Then
what is
tell me
astrology?
something hard
What
in
is
astrology.
astrology based off of? What runs astrology? Like how?
This guy, he doesn't even know. He
Listen,
doesn't.
you answer
He
my
doesn't
question.
even know.
What is astrology
I
based
rest my
off of?
case. Opinion. It's your floor.
I asked you a question. What is astrology based off of? What is the basis of astrology? The base, like, what powers astrology? This ain't no basic shit right here. This is elite. What powers astrology? I'm waiting.
Well, Chris, did you want
Mic
to?
muted, Chris. Unmute. You been talking. Come on.
Opinion. It's
Yeah,
your
we,
floor.
we
This guy
want to
knows
This
know
ain't
nothing.
no
here.
opinion.
Please
I
tell
asked a
me.
question,
He
brother.
knows nothing.
What is
It's your
the
floor. Opinion.
foundation of astrology? What creates astrology?
What creates astrology?
I mean, I can answer, and I'm not even an astrology expert.
My point is opinion.
But
Of
go
course, I
on.
know opinion, but I'm not going to answer because he doesn't know
No, you don't
anything.
know the answer,
You
but you
don't know
know
what
what
a
Jupiter
detriment
is
is. You
exalted
know
in Cancer.
nothing.
Everybody
Bro,
know
I'm
the
wasting my time here.
moon exalted in
Opinion, it's
Taurus,
your floor,
Jupiter
bro. I'm
exalted in
wasting my
Cancer,
time.
Mars exalted in Capricorn. Who don't know that basic shit? But answer the elite question.
Just
What
Googled
power
it. You
astrology,
just
bro?
Googled it. You're a
Nigga, I
false.
ain't
You're a
Google
fake.
nothing.
You didn't study shit for now 10 years. You're a
Man, go
liar.
look on my page, bro.
Opinion,
I
I
read
don't want to.
charts live.
Opinion,
What you
he
talking
doesn't
about?
know anything.
All right,
Opinion, I
all
Man,
right,
gave him time to
all right,
answer
man, he
these
need to be
all
kicked
right.
out
questions.
the
We
panel.
can squash
Couldn't.
that. We can squash
Man,
it.
let me.
Let me go,
I'm
Jenny. Jenny,
gone.
are you there, Jenny?
Check my
Are you there,
page out.
Jenny?
You see, I'm a real astrologer.
Yes,
It's so
yes, I'm
basic ass
here.
nigga. I'm going. I can't talk to
And
you.
if we
Hello,
talk about
Jenny.
squash, we can say
Maybe a new
Phillips Academy.
voice. Okay, well there you go. You bring a new voice and a new personality in. Jenny,
Sounds
we are
nice.
talking about the camera as a weapon. I'm
I
getting an
believe
echo or
that that is
something.
accurate, and I also believe when paired with a pen, it can be quite prominent.
Huh. Go deeper. What do you mean?
Journalism. The highest stakes involve the disclosure of the truth instead of running around, I'm hearing, with wedding rings.
Huh. So you would say
Hey, I
it's a
like that.
weapon?
I am in favor of disclosing the bloodline culture and the TikTok clock and the sky elements with universal, which is, as Catholic teaching would say, universal. And we'd
I
have
like
to
her.
agree that there was already things that were agreed upon and treaties that were already agreed and made, and that the final solution concerning the heir and the privilege and the wealth and the piggy bank, well, I know something about that. And I would say the camera used for honeypots is illicit. And yes, it was used as a weapon. I learned from Dave Schwiegert, the greatest living spy on the planet, about the use of honeypots when I entered into the game. Gosh, when I heard on ABC News about the 300,000 emails of SAP, maple syrup, on Hillary Clinton's servers. And I was not open to the privilege of understanding except on a normative base. And I said on 10/30/2016, I said, power to the pen, somebody win a Pulitzer. Disclose everything concerning the bloodlines, disclose about the Duke of Normandy assignments, disclose everything to humanity, and let's get on with it. Let's release the technologies
Facts.
that we know exist according to
Facts.
Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 in the Constitution. Something called the histotripsy is a machine of ultrasound that is 95.5% effective with one treatment of liver tumors. I just went through anal rectal cancer treatments, including an APR surgery, which my stomach was filled into my anal crevice, as well as radiation 27 treatments and FU5 chemotherapy. Let's wake up. They're sloth footing it. They've only approved it by the FDA back in 2023, after they tested it on renal cancer, after they tested it on breast, after they tested it concerning heart disease, and people are calling out for the curation of Alzheimer's that can be addressed through ultrasound technology on the microtubule expanse of our neurology. And they are sloth footing these things, and they are making us ill on purpose and making us subservient to the pharmaceutical industries, as well as to the knife for slush and lush and slurpees. If you know what I'm speaking about, my whole family is dead
Wow.
because of trough feeding. So don't anyone dare come near me, because I am felony flats. I am Lavinia Laughlin's descendant heir on a straight Phillips screwdriver, as well as the holder of the house, male heir on the EU Treaty of Rome that was signed at the Chateau de Chambray. So everybody out here bogusly arguing, guess what? I have a 275 Halo group out of Eastern Africa.
So what's your
Stop
point
it.
in regard to what we
Stop
were
it.
arguing about?
Stop it.
What's your point in
Go
regard to what we were
along
arguing
with
about?
JFK Jr. He was disclosed as the final answer, the final solution.
To
Everyone
what?
agreed upon it.
What we were saying? What's your point?
what my point
Chris, you
is
need
that
to
like
be
this is a
quiet,
big
bro.
circle jerk. It's a big
Golly.
circle jerk unless you
Oh my
activate
God.
what's already there.
No, but I'm just trying to figure out what she's saying. She's
Oh goodness! I talked about the curation of
You gotta dumb it
cancer.
down. You gotta dumb it down.
curation of what cancer?
Okay. Let's cure cancer. Let's abide by the Constitution. Let's tell the truth
No,
in
I,
America. Let's stop trying to see with regards to the replacement of the indigenous nations of America and show a little bit of respect to them and not make this about a singularity with concerns to reparations. In fact, yesterday I was like, you
well,
know
that had
what?
nothing to do with what I was
It's
talking
time
about.
to.
Oh, wait
It's.
a minute, honey.
I agree with reparations, mind you. I know what I'm talking about.
Are you
What
good?
I'd like to say, though, concerning
Oh,
it, is that
you might want to tread lightly.
we owe a greater debt to our veterans who are homeless
Then
and not
Black
receiving the
Americans, I'm
treatment that
sorry.
they
Hold
should.
on. Wait a minute. Pump the brakes.
I don't
Let me
understand
put
what's
some
going on.
boom in it. Are you saying, wait a minute, that you think that we have more as Americans, more reparations toward veterans opposed to African Americans?
Where's this going?
It's going where she's
That's a
taking
good question, Chris.
I mean, I'm going where she's taking it.
No, but that you no, you have to stay on point.
I
You
need
can't just follow
you,
her
Chris,
down the
to
rabbit
be
hole, which
quiet,
you know
sir.
not where it's
You
going.
have talked a lot, and it's
Sure,
time
but
for
I'm
you to
saying let's not drift.
relax. No,
Not,
I
let's not.
need you because you're not even from the Americas. You're from the islands.
I'm
Yeah,
from the
okay. So I
Americas.
need you
I'm
to
not from.
stay right there, buddy.
That's
So we're
what
not talking to you. We're
I'm from
talking
the
to Jenny from the
Americas.
block. So
I'm from
Jenny,
the Americas.
can you
Jenny, are you
please
there, Jenny?
explain?
Your mic is muted right now, Jenny. We can't hear you if you're talking, but
And Chris, please
Jenny?
shut up.
T, you have to learn to reason. I know women are
No,
emotional. You
I
have to
need
reason
you
with
to be
logic.
quiet because you have talked on this
We
platform
can't
for
go down a
over
rabbit
30
hole.
minutes, buddy.
Stay on point.
And all we're saying is please be quiet.
But if you speak
Okay,
nonsense,
well, please, can you? Okay, well, we still need you to hush because there's other people on this platform.
stay on point. That's
That's
my
called
point.
manners. It's called
Stay on point.
manners.
It's called having a
We
brain.
in America, we call it manners.
Stay on point is
And
called
we're
having a brain.
talking to Jenny right now and not Christopher from
yeah, I think Jenny's on
Jamaica.
teacup right now. So let me try to get Mr. Tack Pans. Mr. Tack Pans, you there?
What in the world?
Yes.
What are your thoughts, man? Is the camera a weapon?
Is the camera a weapon? Depends how you use it. Everything can be a weapon.
Or is the camera, babe?
Is the camera a weapon?
That's the prompt.
Okay, because I was invited up here. I didn't even really think about it, but I'm going to say yes with not thinking very hard. It can be used to spy with, so spy with people, to take pictures of stuff. You can go home and dissect what you've seen and come up with an algorithm of what's going on. You can record things with it. It's good and bad.
Good stuff.
Okay. Okay. Well, what would you say if the entire society was complete with cameras? It was complete surveillance. Would you be okay with that?
You're asking the wrong person. That's my business, to install cameras.
Yeah.
No, I'm only kidding with you. Of course, I wouldn't be happy with that. We don't need security. I can protect you. You can protect me. We need more. How can I say it? We need more education on how to protect each other. Understanding the personality traits amongst each other, like the things that should be taught in school.
We need to learn how to bond properly.
Yes. We need to know at the discourse. We have to go right back to the beginning where it came to trade. It's all about trading. We're the laborers. We're the come out here. We don't need anybody who will watch our back. Everything is caught in this world we live right now. If somebody's not selling tires, they'll be world we live right now. If somebody's not selling tires, they'll be hiring somebody to go out and throw nails in the street. If your windows aren't broken, we'll get the kids to throw rocks and play baseball across the street, so we break the windows. That's where we're at in society, at least in North America.
And then they come out of the hospital every day. So it doesn't matter if we did have cameras. Those people that are coming out the hospital right now, as I speak, every minute, they have to learn that. And they're going to learn the world. But before they
Coming out of
learn
the
the world,
hospital?
they're
What do
going
you
to
mean?
test.
She's talking about children.
Yes,
Oh,
children. Yes, it's a repeat. Sometimes I could say, oh, why can't the bank robber, didn't they know they can't do it? Or the murderer, oh my God, didn't they think they couldn't get away with it? But they're born every day.
Hmm.
Every day.
Interesting. And there it is.